Good evening, everyone. Hello. Hello. My hair's still wet, so we're going to see how it dries. If it dries nicely over the course of this stream. Stay tuned. Hello. Hello, Saberni. Not much to say here off the top, except that we're going to do the next big story mission in Dragon Age Inquisition. What Pride had wrought. We're going to the Arbor Wilds. We're going to march the Inquisition's army on some stuff. Who knows what we'll find. Yeah, I guess maybe recap what's been happening in the main story, except I do kind of forget some stuff, so I think we'll recap why we're going to the Arbor Wilds, I think, like as we start that quest. But I guess the general recap is that there's this guy Corypheus. He's an ancient Tevinter magister. He broke into what the fantasy Catholics, aka the Chantry, believe is heaven in the Fade, in the land of spirits and dreams and magic, called at the time the Golden City. He broke into it with some other magisters, and according to the Chantry, some doofus, Corypheus, broke into there is a really powerful mage from ancient Tevinter who, at the behest of the old gods of Tevinter, who are like really powerful ancient dragons, broke into heaven. And according to the Chantry, the Maker was so mad about these mortal men bringing sin to heaven and tainting the Golden City, turning it into what is now the Black City, which you can see. You can't get to it, but you can see it everywhere in the Fade. He was so mad about it that he blighted them and cast them out, and they became the first Darkspawn. Darkspawn being like kind of a mix of orcs and zombies. They like carry the blight. They are tainted with it. They spread it, like things get infected by it, and like you like become a ghoul or die eventually from it. But yeah, the only way to avoid it is to become a Grey Warden, but that has its own thing. We won't worry about explaining Grey Wardens just now. But yeah, so Darkspawn have been just a real problem for a while. In the first game of the series, we defeated a big Darkspawn invasion, also known as the Blight, the event where Darkspawn, at the behest of an archdemon, which is a corrupted Tevinter old god, so a blighted dragon that was an old god, the armies of Darkspawn march above ground and try to do an apocalypse, and we stopped in the first game as a different character, so that's all fine and dandy, except that Corypheus has a blighted dragon as well, which freaked everyone out for a second because they were like, is that an archdemon? Is this another blight? And the answer so far we seem to say is no. Corypheus just is able to control this dragon through the blight. He has a connection to it through the blight. So, yeah. So anyway, Corypheus had, he according to him, the throne of God was empty when he went into the Golden City, and he wants to take that throne. So to that end, he performed a ritual where he sacrificed the divine, aka the fantasy pope, to rip open a giant rift in the sky to the Fade, with the plan of having an anchor on his hand, like a little tiny rift on his hand that would allow him to pass safely from our world into the Fade. But whoopsie, our character stumbled in on the ritual in the middle of it happening, and we got the anchor instead. So he's real angry about that. And with the anchor, we can the giant, the breach, as it was known, the main rift, had caused a bunch of other little rifts. So we've been running around closing those with our hand. We recruited a bunch of mages to help boost our power so that we could close the breach with the anchor. And when we did that, Corypheus was really mad about it. And so he made himself known, tried to kill us, tried to kill all our friends. So we ran away to a castle that Solas led us to, and a mountain called Skyhold. And that's where we are now, and where we've been gathering our strength is the Inquisition, and where we were also named the Inquisitor. We being our character, the Dalish elf Galadriel too. And in the process of all this, like while we were recruiting the mages, for example, we were accidentally sent to the future, a year into the future, where everything was bad, because we were in the future instead of the present. We weren't able to, with the anchor, we're the only ones who could close the breach, and so and the breach just kind of grew, and everything was bad. And there was a demon army that Corypheus had, and Orlais was in chaos because they were in a civil war that the assassination of the Empress just caused that to get worse. So we got back to our time, and with the knowledge of what the future looked like in a year, went, okay, we got to figure out what this demon army situation is, and we got to save Empress Selene and end the Orlesian Civil War. So we did that. We went and we saved Empress Selene, and we ended the Orlesian Civil War. So yay us. And then we discovered that the demon army was being raised by Grey Wardens for complicated reasons. The short version is that Corypheus tricked them into it. They didn't know they were working for Corypheus. They thought they were doing it to try and end blights. The long version is that was very silly of them, and ultimately we forgave them and have recruited them and are letting them try to redeem themselves. But through making them realize that they fucked up, we stopped the creation of the demon army. So having done all that, we were like, okay, it's time to go on the offensive. So now we have Empress Selene's arcane advisor, the Witch of the Wilds, Morrigan, daughter of the famous Witch of the Wilds, Flemeth, our companion from the first game, our first game character's companion, has been hanging out with us, and she has been looking into what Corypheus is trying to do. So that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna go on the offensive. But first, I played some DLCs in between then, and I have a little bit of off-stream stuff I found that is worth, I think, reading. So one thing is during the Descent DLC, we found a bunch of these Chronicles of a Forgotten War, and I found the last one off stream. So also for those who attended and saw the trying to find gears saga, I did find all the gears, and I actually only had one gate left to open. I somehow missed that I had opened the 8th gate super early, so I thought I had the 8th and 9th gate to open. I actually only had the 9th gate, so I had plenty of gears and was able to do that. But anyway, Chronicles of a Forgotten War. The Scaled Ones had set up camp at an intersection in the deep roads. In the center was a golden altar fashioned in the shape of fire. A chill swept through me. On the tip of each flame hung the corpses of those we'd lost, including Father and Drogue. They'd been drained of blood, leaving only bone wrapped in thin gray skin. A robed scaled one stood before the altar. Its voice was different from the others, softer, almost feminine. It chanted and raised a basin of blood toward the altar. The scaled ones bowed low. The robed scaled one produced fire from its palm and mouth and ignited the blood. Othon grabbed my forearm and motioned for us to climb down. We returned to the rest of the company, where he relayed what we had witnessed. We would rest for an hour, regain our strength, and strike. The memory of Father's sagging, emptied face kept me awake. Why? The hour passed slowly, but it did pass. Othon led us down the path to the overlook. I readied my axe for blood. And steeled myself for the sight of the altar, but it wasn't there. The camp, Father and Drogue, the scaled ones, all gone. Only the basin remained, charred around the edges. From Chronicles of a Forgotten War, author unknown. So there was that. What else did I find? Oh, yes. Okay. So while I was had like a bonus stream where I did side quests. We figured out what the shards were all about. They were opening a temple of Pride in the Forbidden Oasis. Which I think worth noting that through the translations of some stuff in the Temple of Pride, that we can gather that like Solas means arrogance or pride. So just a fun fact, an interesting thing we learned. We know someone named Solas. It's actually Solas was the one who translated it for us. So yeah. But anyway, in the process of looking for shards in other places where I'd been like, I'm going to do that later or off stream, I found some stuff in other places and in the Forbidden Oasis. And yeah. Anyway, this I think was from the Forbidden Oasis. Mysterious book, a page from a charred book. You offer a sip of water while they provide a feast. No, they speak of the same wickedness, but placed it in you. I have heard them speak, and I have listened. I hear the whispers of all. Let them offer silver while you give gold. Let them think themselves your betters and know nothing more. Would you not purge the world of wickedness, of those who speak against you? Would they not do the same? If we do not have an agreement, then I shall depart. When I am through, none shall speak of treachery. When all have given word, then all shall be appeased. Written in the margins. Must remember the words. The right materials on the flame in the right order. Earth, the vine, the fall, then the blood. The blood comes last. No missteps. One wrong move and the binding will not work. But if it does, oh, my enemies will quake. Anyway, so just some like eerie, creepy stuff. I think it probably pertains to a quest or something, but mostly I read it for the vibes. Anyway, I did also off stream, I had talked about potentially starting with the final room in the Forbidden Oasis of the temple, because we did most of it on stream until I ran out of shards. But we saw mostly what we needed to. I could pop over to show you what the final room looked like. It just had a big old pride demon in it. So that was all you missed there. No fancy enemies or anything. And we got some lightning resistance, which was nice. But there was this inscription on the final door. So inscription in the Oasis temple. Faintly carved into the stone is a figure bound in chains. Two other figures have turned their gaze from the central image. The script below the image is ancient, though Solas is able to provide a partial translation. Pride in our accomplishments and in our hearts. That same pride became, a word meaning corrupted or altered, within him. He sought to claim indecipherable, cast from favor, and so was bound. Hidden from mortal eyes, death lies within. So yeah, perhaps the other creepy thing we read had something to do with this even, potentially. Maybe they bound the pride demon here, and that's the point of the temple. I don't remember. Anyway, that's all I found off stream, so we're good to jump into the game. I will probably take a break to eat at some point here. I know I can smell it's Chromavision's birthday. Happy birthday, Chromavision. And so Lindsay is making a supper that sounds delicious as well, but smells delicious. I can smell it from this room. So I will want to take a break and at some point. I have a drink in the fridge. I fucking love it. It's like, do I take a really quick break right now before I even start, just to grab the drink? Okay, wait, let me set up the game first. Then I'm gonna grab a drink, and then yeah, happy birthday, Chromavision. He's turned 22. That's a lie. That's a lie, just in case anyone was. Wow, we're so proud. It is pomegranate seeds in it, turns out, so I might want to strain it into a new glass. Copy that. I mean, listen, I do, so grown up. I do love pomegranate seeds. I just, in a drink, might choke on them. Do I trust myself? Who can say? Okay. What I want to do... They're very crunchy for sound, too. That's also a great point. You guys don't want ASMR pomegranate seed crunching? Interesting. Okay, going back here for a second. Turning that off, turning that on, making everything back. I also checked off stream who has new stuff to say, and it turns out I haven't taken a while to like actually check with everybody in a minute. You're okay with saying that you do not want that. Thank you for bravely speaking your truth. Yeah, a few people have like that I just like hadn't checked in with some of the like none of our companions really have new stuff to say, but some of the people just kind of like around and our advisors have some stuff to say. So we're gonna check in with some of them. And then Solas, I forgot that if the reason that the asking him about Corypheus thing doesn't go away is because he technically does have new stuff to say about that after major missions. So yeah. Anyway, so I don't think we've actually asked him about that. So we're gonna talk to Solas. Where I'm in the bottom of the tower. What's it called? I don't know. I'm in the basement where Dagna is because we're gonna chat with Dagna a little bit. Nobody has a lot to say, so this will be a quick run through, and then we'll just dive in. We'll just dive into the mission. But okay, first I'm gonna be right back with a drink. I'm gonna chug this dang thing. It's delicious. Thanks, Rosale Play. Okay. Headphones in. Let's do this. Let's do this.
You were there. I have to know what it was like. The colors, the smells, the magic. I'm sorry, it's just so exciting. You went into the Fade. If you have time, Inquisitor, do tell.
I do have time, but 1 second. I am going to turn you up a bit, my dear. You're quiet.
You seemed excited that I fell into the Fade at Adamant.
Excited? Spring gets me excited. This is a wonder. It's probably hard to relate, but dwarves don't dream. So I can't even guess what it's like. I can't even understand what dreams are. But you were there and came back. Can I take a sample?
A sample?
A what?
Oh, that sounded sinister. Can I cut a little piece off of you and do things to it?
That's better.
Didn't sound bad.
Oh.
You'll have a full report of everything I saw. Will that do?
It's a start. I'm sorry, it's just... This is exciting.
Do you want some of my blood? I can give you some of my blood. I'm constantly losing it.
I wonder if anything is left. So much to think about.
Oh, there you go. There you go. We're getting an operation out of it.
Ready for anything, Inquisitor?
Okay.
I'll see you later, Dagna.
I can't wait.
Sweet. All right. So that's Dagna spoken to. Okay. Then I went out to the garden because I was like, oh, let's make sure Morgan doesn't have anything new to say. And she did not. But this, she had war table mission for me. So I guess I'll have that going. And then... Where is... Wow, okay, everybody wanders around too much. Oh, there she is. Hello.
Inquisitor, the soldiers say you banished the demons at Adamant and freed the Grey Warden mages. I understand from Sister Leliana that the truth is somewhat more complex, but no less extraordinary. She said that you spoke with a figure in the Fade that seemed to be the soul of divine Justinia. I suspect many of the faithful would like to know what Justinia told you.
It's all very complicated.
She helped me remember what happened at the Conclave. The Maker didn't give me the mark on my hand. I was struck in battle. And Andraste didn't send me. The figure everyone saw was divine Justinia.
So it is as you have always maintained. You must feel quite vindicated.
I guess. Oh, hello. Look at this one. Oh, she looks great. And scooched up beside Giselle. Okay, bye. I wish I knew more what it doesn't matter was going to say, because I don't know that it makes things easier. People are going to believe what they're going to believe, but...
I'm relieved to have any worries about Andraste or the Maker put aside. This is now a battle of mortals and magic, one we can win.
Then I will save my own ruminations upon faith and belief, and simply pray for your success, Inquisitor. It is wise that you do not let what happened in the Fade spread, however. Some would not understand. Now, is there anything I can help you with?
That is why I feel like it doesn't actually make things easier, because it's like, because she's right, you know, it's like people are either gonna not, there's like maybe some people who will believe me and be like, okay, that's fine, disappointing, but whatever, the Inquisition's still doing what it's got to do, and I still believe in their actions, etc., etc. But then you'll have a lot of people who are like, we get emotionally attached to our beliefs. So even if they're told that, they'll be like, wow, she's so modest. Or like, I know from like other versions of this conversation that Mother Giselle is like, Andraste may not have directly sent you, but she still did. Like she still believes that we were sent by the Maker and Andraste, and that just like the divine was the tool for that or whatever. And then you'll have people who just flat out won't believe and will be like, nah, you're so modest, but no, it was clearly still Andraste. And then you'll have the people that we're most worried about as a Dalish elf who will be like, we fucking knew that it couldn't have been, who the pedestal we're on is a scary one to fall off of, where you get the people who fervently believe if they feel tricked and like, oh man, we were doing the Maker wrong by looking up to this Dalish elf. And yeah, anyway, I just think it's a complicated situation where it's kind of a no-win situation for a Dalish elf and for a mage, really. Human mage is maybe in a less precarious position, but still in a precarious position. But we are an elvish mage, elven mage. We are in the most precarious position.
Can you tell me anything about Corypheus?
I know nothing of the man personally, but the Chant of Light speaks of what
I don't remember. It's been so long if we actually asked her about him yet.
Triumphs, the mage lords of the winter were men and doomed to die. Then a voice whispered within their hearts, shall you surrender your power to time like the beasts of the fields? You are the lords of the earth. Go forth to claim the empty throne of heaven and be gods.
That was one of the old gods speaking in their dreams?
There we go. We're getting the recap here.
You met as I understand it. In secret, they worked magic upon magic. All their power and all their vanity they turned against the veil, until at last it gave way.
That sounds like what happened with the breach.
Very similar, Inquisitor. Above them, a river of light. Before them, the throne of heaven waiting. Beneath their feet, the footprints of the Maker, and all around them echoed a vast silence. But when they took a single step toward the empty throne, a great voice cried out, shaking the very foundations of heaven and earth.
Corypheus said he found only chaos and corruption.
The Chant of Light says that it was beautiful until the Maker himself spoke. And so is the Golden City blackened with each step you take in my hall. Marvel at perfection, for it is fleeting. You have brought sin to heaven and doom upon all the world.
The opening text of Dragon Age Origins. That's not what he said.
Corypheus seemed so certain that he heard nothing. He described it as dead whispers.
Bitterness, perhaps? He paid a high price for his crime. Violently were they cast down, for no mortal may walk bodily in the realm of dreams, bearing the mark of their crime.
Walking bodily in the realm of dreams is exactly what Corypheus said he did. But the mark, could it be related to the mark I bear?
I cannot say. Perhaps Andraste saw clearly and we misinterpreted her words. It was always taught that the mark they bore was the shape of Darkspawn. Bodies so maimed and distorted that none should see them and know them for men. That is all I know of your adversary, Inquisitor.
Some of the Chant of Light describes what we've seen and what Corypheus said, but not all of it.
The Chant of Light is the work of mankind. We of all people must accept that mankind is fallible. Listeners may have misheard one of Andraste's songs. Just one word sung incorrectly could change everything. And how many verses were stricken or changed for foolish political reasons, like the Canticle of Chartan. Still, I would trust these words over any spoken by Corypheus. I hope they help you.
Cool, thanks anyway. Okay, we've talked to Mother Giselle. Now we're going to pop over to Cassandra. Oh, God.
What do you need, my friend?
Do you have any advice for me?
It seems that Corypheus searches for elven artifacts.
It does seem
That's
that way.
hardly surprising. Tevinter power is based on what those vultures scavenged from the ancient elves. Whatever advantage he hopes to gain, we need to stop him at once.
Do you have any advice for me?
We must keep an eye on the College of Clerics. The moment they elect a divine, things could change quickly.
Do you have any advice for me?
We must root out the Red Templars. They form the bulk of Corypheus's forces.
Do you have any advice for me?
We must keep an eye on the College of Clerics.
Okay, we're cycling
The
through.
moment they elect a divine, things could change quickly.
That's enough for now.
Another time, then.
All right. We're just going to briefly check in with Solas, and then we're going to go briefly check in with Fiona, and then we're going to go briefly check in with Leliana. And then we're going to fucking go to the Arbor Wilds.
My heart.
Oh.
I need to know more about Corypheus.
He has lost his army.
Straight to
He has
business.
lost Orlesian. That eliminates military or political means to rebuild Tevinter. He will need to demonstrate that no one in this world can stand against his magic. It will not be subtle.
We'll talk later.
Dareth Shiral.
He just has such a soothing voice, you know? It's nice.
I'm told you gave the Grey Wardens another chance, Inquisitor.
I did.
Would I have done the same, I wonder? Forgiveness can be difficult. I hope the Order values what you've done and gives you no reason to regret it.
Don't we all? Did I ask about this?
You're not still the Grand Enchanter then?
Any claim I had to the title ended along with the Circles of Magi, although some still call me by it. Perhaps the Circles will one day be resurrected. If so,
I feel like we definitely asked about her being a Grey
Till
Warden.
that
but-
time, I lead my fellow mages by default. I will do what I can for them.
You believe they'll recreate the Circle of Magi after all this?
It depends on who the next divine is, and what she offers. We can't go back to the way things were. But endless warfare benefits no one. That is why I agreed to Justinia's conclave. There must be another solution.
Yeah.
I trust everything is well with the mages.
There have been a few scuffles with your Templars, but overall, it is going
Okay.
well.
Nothing new to say there then.
I'll leave you to it.
She just had opinions, as I should have guessed, had opinions on what happened with the Grey Wardens, given that she used to be one. Oh, there you are. Leliana.
I received a note from the hero of Ferelden. She misses me.
Of course she
I
does.
very much needed to know she was still out there fighting to be with me. Thank you. It is a great relief, and I appreciate you allowing me to send the messenger. Now, can I help you with anything?
Yeah, I was like off stream. So when I was going to check in with everybody, I was like, just in case they started with the new stuff, I like quick saved right beforehand. And she like immediately started with Hero of Ferelden and stuff. And I was like, no, we must hear about Quiteriel on stream. Reload. Anyway, that's, I think, pretty much it. I guess I didn't ask her about updates.
Anything I should know?
I have nothing to report at the moment.
Yeah, okay. But yeah.
I'll leave you to your work.
But yeah. Anyway. Again, why we picked her as our canon romance. I think that's everybody. I wanted to talk to. Solas, Fiona, Leliana, Cassandra, Mother Giselle, Dagna. Yeah, we talked to everybody. Whee! Ow. Hi, Solas. I'll check in with Josie on the way too. I didn't actually do that last time because I was like, yeah, she's on the way to the war table. I can always just ask.
What do the people make of us?
There's scarcely a noble house that hasn't openly pledged.
That's still the same, I think.
Any visiting dignitaries I should watch out for?
You may see the Countess Lutetia in the halls. A lovely woman, but her conversations tend towards the unusual. She's the patron of Orlay's greatest naturalists.
Oh.
The Countess's particular passion is collecting butterflies.
Oh.
That doesn't sound unusual.
She goes into great detail about preserving them. It seems to involve large amounts of chemicals and pins.
It's her special interest. I want to hear about her special interest. And I bet that would endear Galadriel to her a lot. That she'd be like, ooh, tell me about your butterfly collection. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness me. Well, I don't even know what I want anymore. I feel like I have all the best stuff. Okay, maybe not. I should maybe get, I could get some more, what's... Oh. Yeah, there's a lot of... Again, we are not wanting for money, and a lot of these now that are left are about getting stuff. And I feel like we're good on that. I have all of this. Wow, okay. Well, in that case... Okay. Well, that was maybe worth it. Okay, against... Oh, sure. Sure, why not? Okay. Okay, these will be our two new war table missions. Dagna, the Arcanist and the Fade, a report in Arcanist Dagna's hand, an official request made officially. The Inquisitor has suffered exposure to the tears of the veil and the energy of the Fade. To properly help her endure these forces, I need to understand them. I need samples, I need remnants, I need to see. If it pleases, I request the resources for a grand experiment to peer through the veil, or as far as I can. It's an expensive investment, I know, but it's necessary, and it's only fair. I need to see. I wrote that twice. It's important to me. Arcanist Dagna. Sketched below, flowers and fire. Leliana saying she'll have what she needs. I expect it would be difficult to keep it from her. Cullen was only going to give her samples. I mean, I guess that's all she's asking for. Yeah. I feel like Leliana can do this.
Let's see what we have.
Okay, and then this is just... Yeah, this is just like helping with guarding roads and stuff. Yeah. Yeah, sure, Cullen, you do it. You got it. Okay. Oh, there's another one up here. Harvest of History. A letter from the Inquisition apothecary Ellen Vebel. Okay, this is the one who was out in the garden. This is what her quest came from. Okay, Inquisitor, I am not, by several estimations of character, a nice person. As they say, one must have a past to carve a future. Do they say that? Perhaps I should clarify that I say that, and for my own reasons. I am here, and I serve. I trust that you see the value in that and would invest in protecting it. Certain resources of mine are in the hands of another. Said person helped create my recipes. The value of my work is lessened if it is duplicated elsewhere. It is not a matter of recovery so much as denial. Who knows who might receive benefit of this brewing doppelganger? You are free to ignore the situation, but would it not be better for the resources of the Inquisition to be unique if this person were simply gone? The location of freehold follows, and the name Isthmus Goodson. Well, Leliana was all for doing a murder. No one's shocked. Holds near to venture territory that is unknown or in dispute. Yeah. Yeah. Cullen is against doing the killing. Yes, okay. Josie is our only person who is available, and also I feel like has the most reasonable response, which is to just imprison him until we know what's up.
At your service.
Okay, I think that's it for War Table missions. Those can all go. Well, what Pride had wrought. The Inquisition is now a force to be reckoned with. Call its allies to rally their soldiers and march with Inquisitor Llewellyn's army to the Arbor Wilds. That's us. Our name is Galadriel to Llewellyn. To the Arbor Wilds, where they will face Corypheus' zealots one final time. The Inquisition must stop Corypheus before the Darkspawn Magister finds a long-lost elven artifact in the wilds that allows him to enter the Fade physically and claim its power. There we go. I knew we would have a recap in the description of why we were going there, and I knew it was elven artifact related because Morrigan is the one who gave us this lead, I believe, and she's studies elven history, and also I just remember what the quest is. I remember where we go. So let's do it.
With an Illuvion, Corypheus could cross into the Fade in the flesh.
Indeed, the Inquisitor can attest that these artifacts still work if one knows how to use them.
What happens when Corypheus enters the Fade?
Why, he will gain his heart's desire and take the power of a god. Or, and this is more likely, the lunatic will unleash forces that tear the world apart.
Whee!
In Redcliffe, I saw the future Corypheus built. We can't let that happen.
'Twas always so, was it not? The madman would bury us all.
Pardon me, but does this mean everything's lost unless we get to the Illuvion before him?
Corypheus has a head start, no matter how quickly our army moves.
We should gather our allies before we march.
Can we wait for them? We should send our spies ahead to the Arbor Wilds.
Without support from the soldiers, you'd lose half of them.
Then what should we do?
Everybody chill. It's gonna be fine.
For starters, we don't let Corypheus worry us to death. Imagine how embarrassing that would be. Josephine, have our allies send scouts to meet us in the wilds. Leliana, your fastest agents will join them. Together, we'll have enough spies to slow down Corypheus' army until Cullen's soldiers arrive.
Such confidence, but the Arbor Wilds are not so kind.
Morgan, so condescending.
Elven magic lingers in those woods.
We'd be remiss to not take advantage of your knowledge, Lady Morrigan. Please, lend us your expertise.
'Tis why I came here, although it is good to see its value recognized.
Any further instructions, Inquisitor?
Oh, I'm proud of all of you.
The Inquisition began as a handful of soldiers. Thanks to you, We're now a force that will topple a self-proclaimed god. I could ask for no finer counsel, no better guidance.
I speak for all of us when I answer. We could ask for no finer cause.
We'll hound Corypheus in the wilds before he can find the temple or this illuvion.
And what about me though? Then, would you guys have nice things to say about me? I said nice things about you. Okay, this says the same thing as the original thing. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. Okay, we're taking the dream team in with us. Cassandra, Cole, Solas. The team spirit. I'm like 99% sure that I went through my inventory and sold stuff before doing this. Otherwise, I'm going to be in trouble. That was so dramatically done, Josie. Your nice map! Nah, that shot was in all the trailers. Look at these little scamps running in there burning stuff. All right, Cullen, it's another mission for you. Your time to shine, bud. Yeah. So now that's a score.
Inquisitor.
Hi.
How goes the battle, Captain?
The Red Templars fall beneath our blades, your worship. Commander Cullen says they're nearly finished.
Haha, suck it.
Our scouts saw Corypheus traveling towards an elven ruin to the north. We can clear you a path through his armies.
Oh.
So all you have to do is fend off Corypheus's worst zealots until I've returned.
We shall not flinch, your worship, not a one of us. Andraste guide you, Inquisitor.
Okay, be careful.
I wonder, is it Andraste your soldiers invoke during battle, or does a more immediate name come to their lips?
Uncomfortable again.
Another way to let people down if I falter. Thank you for the reminder.
It was not I who raised an army of faithful to storm this land, Inquisitor. But I digress.
Well, it's complicated.
If report accurately, I believe these ruins to be the Temple of Mythal.
Which is?
A place of worship out of elven legend. If Corypheus seeks it, then the illuvion he covets lies within.
Oh.
Let us hope we reach this temple before the entire forest is reduced to ash.
Uh-huh. Okay. Wee! Hi everyone, you're doing great. I'm so proud of you. Yeah. Oops, I pressed the wrong button there. Hey guys, you're doing great. You look great. So proud. Anything over here? That's plot. The plot's over here. Let's check out our army before we run off.
Close the fighting's gotten. It will be worse ahead.
Yeah.
If the soldiers aren't careful with their fires, they'll do Corypheus's work for him.
Do you sense the magic crackling? Something more powerful than the Red Templars stirs.
Speaking of soothing voices. Ooh. Okay. Right.
Empress Celine's general is just down the hill, Inquisitor.
Oh.
He wishes to join you for the last push.
Oh, sure. A supply cache here? Nothing's happened. I have no need for potions. Okay, everyone seems to be doing great. You're all doing great. I'm proud. Okay. Yeah, I feel like there's nothing too exciting loot-wise over here that I'm gonna miss if I just start heading out. Ooh, a chest. Oh, hello.
As the sun renews itself, so must the faithful renew their love of the Maker. Your penance shall be a joy, serving him with a heart of love unbound. Your struggle shall be a gift, for it redeems you in his sight.
The Inquisition brought you this struggle. Without men like you, it would fall.
The fight is justly entered, your worship. I was a pilgrim at Haven. I saw the wreckage and how you emerged to lead us. If the Maker bids me serve you, it will be done.
Okay, cool. I was like, listen, we don't want to necessarily encourage people thinking that we're the Herald of Andraste, but even if we did, I don't think I would know how to finish the verse, you know? Oh no. Okay, wait. I gotta go around. Wow, I'm really just finding all the corners that aren't what I need. And the map is useless. Ooh, you know what? Can always use more elf fruit. Yeah, I don't think I re-upped anybody's potions and stuff, which I should have done off stream. Oh well, we won't need them. It'll be fine. Fine, I'll go around. Fine. Hey guys, great work. Can I go through here? It doesn't look like it. Excuse me. Well, now I'm just wandering around a lot. I swear to God I saw the path on my way through here and I've somehow lost it. A good sign. Oh well, okay. I guess I'll just keep going around. Is this the path? No, this is closed. Okay, I think this is the path that I saw that I thought was it, so. So it must be over here. Okay. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, and it was around here where they were like, the general guy wants to talk to you, so. There we go. Makes sense. Okay, sweet. Let's go. Leroy. Alright, crap. Ah, cool, thanks, bud. just gonna whack this guy with my staff. Wow, okay, I guess that guy's too far away for me to... Wow, wow. Okay, that guy's still too far. It's okay, that soldier took care of him. Alright. Are you the guy who was yelling? Anyway, we got our Legion soldiers with us, so that's fun. Okay. Hold the line. All right. Hey, fellas. I'm here for murder. Whee! Easy. Oh no. It's like there's a few still possessed Grey Wardens, huh? That's a shame. Thanks, Bernie. Aha! Ah!
Those were Grey Wardens. They must be the last of those enslaved at Adamant.
If they are
Banner,
forced to obey,
Banner.
death will be a blessing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. There's a lovely statue. Majestic. Hello. Leave my Inquisition folks alone. Listen, of course I'm fighting for everybody here. But special place in my heart for the people that are my people, you know? Gotta extra make sure they pull through. Hey guys. Hey. You're doing great. We're the best. No one can ever defeat us. Okay, oh, I think I could... For the Inquisition. What was back here? I think this was just another way around. Wheat! Whoop. There we go. Well, it's a pretty little area, but there wasn't much, there wasn't actually much reason for me to check over here. Okay. I guess if I wanted to avoid fighting and just charge through, that would be the way to go. But I'm... Yeah! But yeah, no, I'm great at fighting, so... I didn't even check what the recommended level for this was, but I imagine we are over-leveled. At this point. We're like level 27. Oh.
Watch out. They've posted archers on the wall.
I'm not worried. nearly threw that guy. All right. Hi. Oh, fat banner's in my face. Don't like it. Why? You sound... Ugh. They want everyone dead. They appear to be also fighting the Red Templars.
They didn't look Dalish.
It seems this Temple of Mythal is not deserted after all.
Perhaps these creatures are the reason few return from the Arbor Wilds.
These creatures, Morgan? They're still fighting up there, but they got it. I believe in them. How's everyone doing? I feel like we're doing great. But we might as well re-up on our potions. Everybody get yourself to full health and then let's go. Oh, folded note. Captain Lowen, I don't want rumbling in the lower ranks that our Lord Corypheus handpicked Grey Wardens to be part of his honor guard over his Templars. Our charge is not to understand his will, it is only to obey it. Besides, our master is still sore he lost all but a few dozen enslaved Grey Wardens to the Inquisitor at Adamant. If your soldiers are smart, they'll keep quiet about it. Lieutenant Keldon. Yeah, just keep taking L's, don't you, Corypheus? Okay. I mean, it is lovely. That's quite nice. Okay, they're killing our friends. Oh god. Alright, okay. Oh. Stop! I'm more worried about the elves killing our friends. I feel like our friends have been pretty good about holding their own against the Red Templars. Just between Solas and I both using Pull of the Abyss, we were just throwing this Red Templar around like a rag doll. Just getting yanked every which way. Poor bastard. Oh yeah, let's go around this way. Up here? Oh, yeah. Reach the final blockade. You got it. Oh, boy. Yeah. No. Let's all fight. Oh, okay. Oh, he's dead. Never mind. Let's all fight this guy. Wow. Wow. Absolutely. Thank you. Wow. Absolutely got their asses handed to them. Is there something up here I should be looking at? This is an area that once we're done this mission we can't come back to, if I recall correctly, so I'm like more inclined than usual to be completionist about my exploration. Usually when streaming I would maybe come back to an area afterwards. But it turns out this was a good idea because my Inquisitor buddies need a little help. Oh. Ow! Hi! Oh. Hi, Morgan. Thanks for the backup. Yeah, we're over leveled and we have Morgan with us. And assuming she hasn't relaxed too much in the intervening years, she should still be, you know, a reasonably high level from our adventures in Dragon Age Origins.
Good hunting, Inquisitor. We're keeping them at bay.
Hey,
Follow
Leliana!
the river to the temple.
Hey, girl! Hey, I'll come up there to fight with you. I got range. And it's fun to get a chance to fight with you again. She doesn't want to fight with me. She moved. She's like, please, Inquisitor, I'm already in a polycule. You're coming on too strong. All right. Whee! Oh, and another... Do we even need it? Does anybody need a potion? I don't think anyone's taken a hit. Oh, and their potions re-upped on their own. Okay, great. Okay. Well, everyone's doing so good, and I'm proud of all of you. Okay, okay, I don't think anything's that way. Please don't forget where I am because I'm invisible. Ooh. Don't mind if I do. Yeah, like I said, we are not wanting for money because all of this is going to get sold. Everything we have is better, I think, than what they have. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're a little tougher. Took a couple hits. Okay. Everyone's following me, right? Yeah, okay. But I'm not allowed to shit talk my invisibility and the problems it causes because it absolutely saved my ass in the descent. 100% would not have done it in one go without this power. Oh, that... Oh, okay, no, it did. I was like, did that knock over our own men as well? No, it didn't. I don't think so, anyway. Yeah. Hi, Cullen. You're doing great. Our army's doing great. Everyone's doing great. Guarding the entrance of the Temple of Mythal. How interesting.
There. That must be the Temple of Mythal.
In front of us. Rage burning red. So close to what he wants, what he was, what he will be.
Corypheus.
I hear fighting ahead.
They still think to fight us, Master.
This is why we remember what Mythal's tattoo is. Because all the elves in the Temple of Mythal have...
They will not keep us from the well
yeah,
of sorrows.
her tattoo.
Well, sorrows.
Be honored. Witness death at the hands of a new god.
Well, you didn't want to say that last week. I had genuinely forgotten that they all had tattoos. Oh, hey, Samson. You look better. Oh yeah, I was just about to make the joke that like, well, we did it. We didn't even have to defeat Corypheus. These elves did it for us.
It cannot be.
Yeah, it can.
Across the bridge, now!
Corypheus is like an archdemon. He hops into the nearest tainted creature and fucking respawns. Oh, I feel like this was in trailers too. Yeah. Man, a lot from this quest was in trailers. I guess there's enough like epic shots in this quest that don't have direct spoilers. Like out of context, you know?
At last, Mythal's Sanctum. Let us proceed before Corypheus interferes.
You said Corypheus wanted an alluvian, but he mentioned a well of sorrows. Which is right?
Why not both?
I am uncertain of what he referred to.
You're not certain? You said you knew what he was looking for.
Confidence can carry one only so far, it seems.
I suspected. I did not know.
And she didn't claim. Yeah. We look so angry.
I was wrong. Does that please you?
No.
Whatever the Well of Sorrows might be, Corypheus seeks it, and thus you must keep it from his grasp.
Yeah. Look, we can all agree on that.
Let's find this well before Corypheus' people do.
But I'd be happy to know.
Corypheus returned to life. We saw him die.
And his life force passes on to any blighted creature, darkspawn, or Grey Warden.
Yeah, come on, this.
Corypheus cannot die. Destroy his body and he will assume another.
We'll find a way to stop him once we're done here.
'Tis strange. Archdemons possess the same ability, and still the Grey Wardens are able to slay them. Yet Corypheus, they locked away. Perhaps they knew he could do this, but not how.
Yeah, it is worth noting that, like, the reason the Archdemon can do it is because its soul jumps into the Darkspawn, because the Darkspawn don't have souls, according to lore. And the reason Grey Wardens can defeat Archdemons is because they are blighted, but they still retain who they are. They can so when the Archdemon's soul hops into them, both souls are destroyed and they both die.
It appears the temple's magics are still strong.
Ancient Elven. I can't make out much.
Atishol via Abalasan. It means enter the path of the Well of Sorrows.
This is why we brought Solas with us.
About knowledge, respectful or pure, Shiven. 'Tis all I can translate. That it mentions the well is a good omen.
At least we know the Well of Sorrows was important.
Supplicants to Mythal would have first paid obeisance here. Following their path may aid entry.
Perform a ritual to appease Elven gods? Long dead or no, I don't like it.
If need be, unless you wish to turn back.
I'll do it.
Yes.
Are you certain Corypheus is using the power of the Blight to make himself immortal?
Perhaps you forget. I was in Ferelden during the Fifth Blight.
I didn't forget.
I have seen a true archdemon rage. How Corypheus gained the power to send his soul into blighted bodies, that is the real question.
Will answering that question let us destroy Corypheus for good?
Perhaps. I would suggest first dealing with the well. If Corypheus obtains it, any chance of success could be lost.
Do you know what this part of the temple was used for?
The room we stand in is a vestibule, not the temple proper. To those who knew it, perhaps this ritual was little more than a polite knock at the gate. These customs must have been as familiar to ancient elves as bowing to a queen is to you or I.
I find it difficult to picture you curtsying to anyone.
Have we become so familiar you can predict my manners and customs now?
No, but you got a vibe,
By
Morgan.
indulging in the occasional civilized conduct, particularly when unexpected.
This altar, what kind of ritual is this meant to be?
I believe it represents a petition, a declaration of will to the priests who resided here. Some ancient elven ceremonies were said to take decades to complete. Hopefully this is not such a one.
What sort of ceremony takes decades?
Strange, is
The
it
good
not?
ones.
So much time and effort. Perhaps that is what led to the wistful Dalish legends of lost elven immortality. My research uncovered many strange claims about elven ruins.
I feel like despite like perhaps some frustration about Morgan claiming to be an authority on Dalish lore, like a lot of lore has been lost to also the Dalish. So as a Dalish elf ourselves, I feel like mixed emotions, but ultimately would be like, I want to know what you've learned. This is my history.
Such as?
Some insisted gods sent fantastic beasts to prophesize in their temples. Others said they whispered wisdom to those who slept there a year and a day without pause. The latter may hold some truth. Ancient elves were said to be gifted wanderers of the Fade.
You said this Mythal was worshipped as a goddess.
So one assumes. What is a god but a being of immense power? The dread old gods were nothing more than dragons, after all. They rise as archdemons, and they die. Perhaps Mythal was a powerful elf, a ruler among her kind. History often plays storyteller with facts.
You admit lack of knowledge, and yet dismiss her so readily?
I do not dismiss her. I question her supposed divinity. One need not be a god to have value. Truthfully, I'm uncertain Mythal was even a single entity. The accounts are varied.
There are varied accounts of Mythal.
In most stories, Mythal rights wrongs while exercising motherly kindness. Let fly your voice to Mythal, deliverer of justice, protector of sun and earth alike. Other paint her as dark, vengeful. Pray to Mythal and she would smite your enemies, leaving them in agony.
More Dalish tales, I assume.
If you know more about this, Solas, speak.
The oldest accounts say Mythal was both of these, and neither. She was the mother, protective and fierce. That is all I will say. This is not a place to stir up old stories.
Why not?
All accounts of Mythal end the same. Exiled to the beyond with her brethren.
What do you mean, exiled?
Tricked by the Dread Wolf, as all the Elven gods were said to be, trapped in a land beyond the Fade. Many Dalish believe this is why the elves fell from grace, and their gods did not save them. Or perhaps they were simply rulers slain by Tevinter. Who can say?
Who can say?
You've seen the elves here. They seem odd.
Indeed. Two things are possible.
Just two?
One, this is a group of Dalish separated from their brethren, cultists, fanatic in their desire to keep humans away. Two, these are elves descended from the ancients, having resided here since before the fall of Arlathan. The second appears unlikely, but if true, the implications are astounding.
If they keep records, it could change everything we thought we knew about history.
Tis thrilling, no? To discover an era thought lost forever has possibly thrived in the shadows. We may, however, find these elves reluctant to part with their long-kept secrets.
So exciting! Oh.
Do not step any place you have stepped before.
Yes, yes. I really thought that. Hey, Vantana PX! Happy.
It is where they paid fealty to the gods. I have seen it in the Fade. Only the reverent were permitted to touch this ground, and only in solemn contemplation.
Copy that, Solas. Yeah, thank you for the 35 months. And yes, happy Chromavision's age as of today +1 streak. Oh, amazing. Yeah, yeah. Okay, it just takes a while to light up. I ran too fast. I do remember these puzzles, but I don't recall having too much trouble with them. It's kind of their vibe is almost similar to the Australians in terms of like not being able to go over the same space twice, and they do get more like tricky than this one, but I feel like they're all doable. It's just lovely. I also like, I don't listen to it a lot because it's just kind of like soothing background music, but the temple music is so like, I don't know, it's so pretty. There's like a particular note progression. Yeah, you're gonna try and do something to the tune of 22, but nothing that, but noting that Darren is 35 and that I was subscribing, but you couldn't get there. Yeah, yeah. No, I mean, listen, you got there. I feel like nicely with the it worked that it is Chromavision's birthday today. That you were able to get there that way, even if it required just a teeny bit of math.
Yes.
Do you know what this part of the temple was used for?
The room we stand in is a vestibule, not the temple.
Wow, I did not think.
Those who knew it, perhaps this ritual was little more than a polite knock.
Yeah, it's okay. No, it isn't the same. It is the same. For some reason, I thought.
As bowing to a queen is to you or I.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's continue.
Okay. It's like, what did I just went back the way I came. I thought she was saying something different and just talking about like, and this is a hallway. And I was gonna be like, whoa, she even has something to say about the hallways, but no, she means this whole area is a vestibule. I forgot that she had said that. Vestibules come up again. Surely we all remember the grand debate about vestibules versus foyers versus antechambers. I can't remember. There was a few at the Winter Palace at the ball.
I see the Red Templars have already encountered the Temple's guardians.
And they already got
hurt
bugs.
themselves for years to get stronger, but they still die so easily.
Perhaps we shall fare better.
Yeah, we have the power of friendship on our side. Can I talk about... Sorry, we're going to do a lot of exploring in this area. Like I said, we can't come back to it, and there's like a lot of lore stuff to find here. There, confirmed to be a statue of Fen'Harel, which was, there's two of them flanking the entrance to this temple. The rebel god. The Dalish use Heralin to mean traitor to one's kin, but the word does not appear in any elven text before the Tower's Age. The ancient root word is related to Heralin, or opposition, and Helathan, or noble struggle. The Dalish call Fen'Harel a god of deception, but I posit a far more accurate translation would be god of rebellion. What he rebelled against is a story lost to time. In Dalish legends, Fen'Harel seals away the other deities out of love of trickery. If we understood more ancient Elven, we might find earlier versions of the Dread Wolf story give him a more nuanced motivation beyond spite. From a treaty on the pagan and heretical customs of the Elven, by Senalin Tavernier of the University of Orlais, commissioned by Empress Celine.
Why would this be here?
Something wrong?
It depicts the Dread Wolf, Fen'Harel. In elven tales, he tricks their gods into sealing themselves away in the beyond for all time. Setting Fen'Harel in Mythal's greatest sanctum is as blasphemous as painting Andraste naked in the chantry.
Well, if that were true, then would it be here? Oh.
My clan set statues of the Dread Wolf outside our camp. They're meant to frighten harmful spirits.
Perhaps. I thought the ancient elves above quaint superstitions.
Wow, rude.
For all your knowledge, Lady Morrigan, you cannot resist giving legend the weight of history. The wise do not mistake one for the other.
Pray tell, what meaning does our elven expert sense lurking behind this?
Morgan.
None we can discern by staring at it.
You make such a cute couple. No, stop.
We can send for historians once peace is brought to this forest.
The inhabitants of this temple may not appreciate guests.
They almost certainly won't. You. I mean, listen, it would have been sarcastic for sure, but I could not possibly say that, especially not as somebody who's romancing Solas. Is that a dinner Belle Rosale play?
Yes.
Okay, no, I think this will all be more or less
Let's continue.
As you wish.
Talked about before. Well timed, if so. I do need to pee. I did drink all of the drink you got me very fast. Okay, there doesn't appear to be anything exciting over here. Ooh,
the Temple of
some loot.
Mythal, constructed in an age when elves, not men, dominated this land. They believed Mythal a goddess of justice. Elves came here to request judgment, after they proved their worth.
Silence has reigned here for time beyond memory.
Oh, let's go make some noise. Just the little hint of Corypheus' theme. It's good. It's good shit. The score in this game is just... Ah! Samson. Fucking chill, my dude.
Hold them off!
I'll hold you off. Y'all are cute. I'm gonna fuck you up. Hello. Oh. Well, that was a waste of a stone fist. It's okay, we're not...
We might catch them.
Hold a moment. While they rush ahead, this leads to our true destination. We should walk the petitioner's path as before.
Oh.
People are dying outside while we stand here. If we use the tunnel, more of our soldiers can flee.
In this case, I must agree with the witch. This is ancient
Said so
ground,
begrudgingly.
deserving of our respect.
You see the urgency? We cannot find the Well of Sorrows unprepared.
We don't know what's behind those doors. They might have a reason for going another way.
Had they the option, they would have proceeded. That must lead to their goal.
Their goal? Or yours?
There is a danger to the natural order. Legends walked Thedas once, things of might and wonder. Their passing has left us all the lesser. Corypheus would squander the ancient power of the well. I would have it restored.
I wasn't expecting your answer to be so romantic.
Trust me, your surprise is matched only by my own. Mankind blunders through the world, crushing what it does not understand. Elves, dragons, magic. The list is endless. We must stem the tide, or be left with nothing more than the mundane. This I know to be true. I read more in the first chamber than I revealed. It said a great boon is given to those who use the Well of Sorrows,
Who use it?
but at a terrible price.
Yeah. What's a spoon for? Extremely reasonable question.
What exactly did that altar say about the Well of Sorrows?
Like most elven writing, it was insufferably vague. The term I deciphered was Halam Shivanas, the sweet sacrifice of duty. It implies the loss of something personal for duty's sake, yet for those who served at this temple, a worthwhile trade.
What sort of curse should we brace ourselves for if we use the well?
'Twould be easier by far to advise you of a curse. This price is not so well defined. My priority is your cause, but if the opportunity arises to save this well, I am willing to pay the cost.
And gain what?
That is what we must discover. The rituals may point the way.
Indeed. Okay, I think this feels like a good time to take a break. We are going to do the rituals. Yeah, I don't know. We're a Dalish elf. We gotta respect shit. Okay. Right, because we can jump down here. That's what we can do. So these are the rituals over here. Okay. Wait, can I open this? I'm gonna save, just in case this isn't what I think it is. Oh, okay. Yes. Okay. Perfect. All right. We're not jumping in the hole. The only thing that makes me lean that direction is that Cole wants to do it, and Cole is good. Okay, we'll come back and look at stuff after the break. Yeah, this one might be closer to like a 10-minute break. But yes, I will see y'all soon. Should I have looked in a mirror before coming back to make sure that there's not food? Anyway, I'm back. I had a delicious supper. Thanks, Roseo Play. I'm now fueled and ready to go do some rituals for this temple, the Temple of Mythal. Here we go. Elven God Andruil. One day Andruil grew tired of hunting mortal men and beasts. She began stalking the Forgotten Ones, wicked things that thrive in the abyss. Yet even a god should not linger there, and each time she entered the void, Andruil suffered longer and longer periods of madness after returning. Andruil put on armor made of the void, and all forgot her true face. She made weapons of darkness, and plague ate her lands. She howled things meant to be forgotten, and the other gods became fearful Andruil would hunt them in turn. So Mythal spread rumors of a monstrous creature and took the form of a great serpent, waiting for Andruil at the base of a mountain. When Andruil came, Mythal sprang on the hunter. They fought for three days and nights, Andruil slashing deep gouges in the serpent's hide, but Mythal's magic sapped Andruil's strength and stole her knowledge of how to find the void. After this, the great hunter could never make her way back to the abyss, and peace returned. Translated from Ancient Elven found in the Arbor Wilds, source unverified.
What's this?
I believe we are in the presence of the Elven goddess Andruil.
Oh, Andruil.
Or a goddess of sacrifice, according to some.
Truly? I wonder if that is why Andruil's patron animal is the hare. 'Tis said the Dalish invoke her before a chase, especially if they happen to be stalking humans.
My clan avoided human settlements. Never mind raiding them.
A sound tactic, if one has room to maneuver out of harm's way. Other Dalish clans do not keep so scrupulously hidden.
Hey, what about this room, Morgan?
Yes.
Oh. Oh.
Do you know what this part of the temple was used for?
It may have served as a chamber of reflection, perhaps to contemplate the righteousness of one's cause. More importantly, I suspect none were permitted beyond this area without a priest. Ancient texts claim Mythal passed judgment in the flesh, but 'twas surely the priests who proclaimed rulings here.
Why did the ancient elves insist on so many rites?
We may safely assume one did not petition high priests for Mythal's justice by strolling up and knocking. I see no more insufferable ceremony here than in a chantry.
Okay, I feel...
More rituals. What are they for, do you know?
I believe they signify an intent to lay oneself bare, to champion a cause without pity, regret, or shame. Mythal's cult was not fond of vacillation. One approached them with nothing less than complete confidence.
What happened to those who were less sure of themselves?
Legend does not say. Perhaps this place has a more gruesome history than we know.
I want to discuss the well again.
Oh, I see. An opportunity to use the well may not even arise. I understand this. All I meant to suggest is that, if it does, I be the one to do so. I am willing to accept the consequences.
What if something happens to you? What about your son?
Kieran is a strong lad. He will thrive, with or without me.
Girl.
Are you sure of that?
I am sure of precious little these days.
Okay. Okay. Yes, all right, this room's got some puzzles in it. Yeah, so basic same rules for all the puzzles. You can't step on the same thing twice, so it's... So you gotta figure your shit out in what order you're gonna touch stuff in. It's like, can I get over this? I may have done this poorly. Yeah, okay, so I can't pass over it at all. But I'm in... Oh. That probably just... That probably just resets them. Oh. 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 Oh, interesting. Okay. If I go this way and then this way and then this way and then... Yeah, okay, that should work out. I mean, luckily these guys don't count. You're just marching all over everything I touched. Okay. Open these gates back up. And then what do I want to do? How do I want to do this? What happened? What happened? I was like, did it count my buddies for a second? Do I need to tell you all to hold position and not be here? I don't know how to get Morgan to not follow me around though, but she won't count. Okay. Did I just not do it fast enough? Oh. 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 Whew. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh, I fucked it up already. Oh, do these... Oh, they return eventually. Y'all are following me still. I told you to hold position. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Oh, I should have gone one more. Oh shit. Can I? Damn it. Damn it. I was just talking about how easy these are, and I've fucked it up how many times now? So many times. Okay. All right. I feel like I need to go in with more of a strategy that I'm just kind of going haphazardly. I mean, I guess I can still start from here because I'm gonna have to go around. How am I doing that? Oh no. Oh, well, fuck me. Okay. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Me and puzzles, huh? Because then how do I... It's this corner. This corner is the problem. It's like, I wonder if it would help me to start here. And just loop around. Yeah, what if I just... Excuse me, but nobody push me. Excuse me. Excuse me, everybody. Whew.
Indeed. Time to proceed to the next ritual, I should think.
All right. Did it. No problem. I guess I should go down normally and not not just throw myself off the edge here. Any fun pictures? All right, we'll go downstairs like a boring person. Okay, what's your deal? Okay, well, we're gonna take a look at it. We're probably not gonna get it in one go, because you're a bit wonky. Maybe we will get it in one go. I shouldn't speak too soon, but...
There. The ritual is complete.
We are close. There is but one more path to follow.
Cool. Let's find it. I feel like I should have played Path of Miracles over the break. Ooh, loot. Loot that I missed. That's nice. Oh, Mosaic of June. That's who we have. That's our tattoos are for June. The mystery of June. Let's learn all about our face. Each elven god, wow, in quotes, represents an aspect of their ancient civilization. Each story a metaphor for this aspect. June's is least understood. I have a mystery face. Depictions stretch back to ancient Arlathan, but he appears most seldom of all their deities. Dalish legend says June is a god of crafts and building, but the oldest depictions have none of the tools the Dalish associate with him. June's role may have changed over time, or simply cannot be understood today. As the elves fell, ancient Tevinter spared little thought to preserving any Dalish culture not convenient or understood. From a treaty on the pagan and heretical customs of the Elven by Senelin Tavernier, you'd think I would get better at saying his name, huh? The University of Orlais, commissioned by Empress Celine. The magical mystery face. Yeah. Yeah, so there you go. Not much known about June. His role seemed to have changed, which kind of fitting for our Inquisitor. Oh, go, goodness. I didn't see you guys there. Sorry. I didn't realize it was already starting. Okay. Yeah, I think we want to go up this way. Again, until we get a full layout, we might not totally finish this one in one go. Okay. Now this seems doable. Did I start with the hardest one first? I shouldn't jinx myself and then have a harder one show up. Uh-oh. I missed one. It's not doing its thing. So that over there count as part of it? Because I think if I leave this stage, she did say only one more, so. Oh, last time I left it undid itself. Okay, that's all mucked up. And I get through by jumping over here. Okay, yeah. Okay. Similar thing, but I'm gonna have to start from a different angle. Whee! Okay. Uh-huh. Just kind of try and low-key do it in reverse. Not exactly, but yeah.
It wants to say something, but I can't hear it.
Oh.
Come, let us see if the doors have opened.
Okay. I think that's it for those puzzles. Maybe it's not. Maybe there are more. I don't remember, but it's like I knew the puzzles were optional and that you could, well, that's all shiny now. So I would say it's open. Oh boy. Hi. Oh, pretty.
'Tis not what I expected. What was this chamber used for?
We're being watched.
Venavis. You are unlike the other invaders. You have the features of those who call themselves Elven. You bear the mark of magic, which is familiar. How has this come to pass? What is your connection to those who first disturbed our slumber?
Oh, I mean, I want to question you more, but I feel like it's more important to be like, hey, we're not cool with them. Enemy of my enemy, right? Let's be friends.
They are my enemies, as well as yours.
I am called Abelas. We are sentinels, tasked with standing against those who trespass on sacred ground. We wake only to fight, to preserve this place. Our numbers diminish with each invasion. I know what you seek. Like all who have come before you, you wish to drink from the Vira Belasan.
The place of the Way of Sorrows. He speaks of the well.
It is not for you. It is not for any of you.
Solas, perhaps he'll listen to you.
What shall I say, Inquisitor?
I don't know.
Shall I sway him from a millennia of service by virtue of our shared blood? He clings to all that remains of his world, because he lacks the power to restore it.
Our people have lost everything. They need you. They could learn from you.
Our people? The ones we see in the forest, shadows wearing Valisleen. You are not my people. And you have invaded our sanctum as readily as the Shemlin.
We knew this place was sacred. We've respected it as best we could.
I believe you. Trespassers you are.
I also love the nude lip gloss.
You have shown respect to Mythal. If these others are enemies of yours, we will aid you in destroying them. When this is done, you shall be permitted to depart. And never return.
This is our goal, is it not? There is no reason to fight these sentinels.
Yeah, I'm not gonna fight them if I don't have to, Solas.
Stop Corypheus, yes, but you may also need the well for your own.
Yeah.
I accept your offer.
You will be guided to those you seek. As for the Vira Belasan, it shall not be despoiled, even if I must destroy it myself.
I think...
No! Morrigan!
Ma'am, chill. Yeah, it's if we can avoid killing them, that's ideal. A, because they're cool, and B,
This would be our guide.
Mythalan asked.
That's helpful, since Morrigan chased off on her own.
She seeks to protect the Well of Sorrows.
She turned into a bird.
She did do that, and that was very strange of her. Yeah, I guess for anyone who didn't want my Origins playthrough or haven't played Origins yourself, like, Morgan's a shapeshifter. Yep. So a bit shocking. Cole is so cute. I love him so much. She turned into a bird. No, but what I was gonna say is, like, it would be very exciting to be like, oh, what we thought was our, like, lost history is still alive somewhere. Like, it's still living. And okay, I guess they slumber and it's not... Should I go through that door? Hold on, I know I was following someone, but, like... Can I help people here first? It's like I could hear the fighting. It seemed like I should help them. I was gonna yell coward at that guy, even though I think our spells made him afraid. Hey, you guys good? You guys good? Okay. I'm gonna go back to... Everybody follow me. Okay.
I believe she would prefer that we remain close.
Okay, I'm
Just
sorry.
a quick look around.
I just wanted to...
Place
Oh.
looks untouched.
Oh.
The entire temple must have looked like this long ago. How could the elves pour such devotion into this nonsense?
Cassandra!
You can always ask our hosts.
I will leave that to you.
Cassandra, I could say the same thing about you and the Maker. The Judgement of Mythal. Whenever one of the people wronged another. So rude, Cassandra. Look, you've come so far on so many things, but we're just always going to clash about this, aren't we? They would not call on Elgar'nan to avenge them, for his fury would destroy all it touched. Mythal saw this bring strife among the people and went to Elgar'nan. She offered to deliver justice when the people warred against themselves. Elgar'nan saw her wisdom and agreed, binding all to abide by her verdicts. Some petitioning Mythal for justice hid jealousy, accusing those who had done them no wrong. She saw their lies and struck them down. Others petitioning Mythal for justice burned with wrath for imagined slights. She saw their weak hearts and struck them down. Those coming to her with clear minds and open hearts were granted judgment and protection, and Mythal harried their enemies until the end of their days. Story of the Elven God Mythal, author unknown. That does line up with what Solas said. Hey, should I be taking gold from this place? Seems rude. Where is the... Oh, there she is. Okay. Hi. Mosaic. Can I look at all these? Mosaic of Ghilan'nain. Ghilan'nain kept herself apart from the people. She used her power to create animals none had ever seen. The skies teemed with her monsters, the land with her beasts. How did he say Andruil? Andruil hunted them all, and after a year of killing, approached Ghilan'nain with an offer. The gods would share their power with Ghilan'nain, but only if she destroyed her creations, for they were too untamed to remain among the people. Ghilan'nain agreed and asked for 3 days to undo what she had made. On the first day, she struck down the monsters of the air, except those she presented Andruil as a gift. On the second day, she drowned the giants of the sea, except those in deep waters, for they were too well wrought, and pride stopped her hand. On the third day, she killed the beasts of the land, except the Hala, whose grace she loved above all else. This is how Ghilan'nain was made youngest of the gods. Story of the Elven God Ghilan'nain, author unknown. How interesting. How interesting. Ooh. Mosaic of Elgar'nan. Song to Elgar'nan. Elgar'nan, wrath and thunder, give us glory. Give us victory over the earth that shakes our cities. Strike the usurpers with your lightning. Burn the ground under your gaze. Bring winged death against those who throw down our work. Elgar'nan, help us tame the land. Song to Elgar'nan, found in the Temple of Mythal, author unknown. Mosaic of Dirthamin. Or probably Dirthamin. Dirthamin and Falandine are linked in Dalish legend as inseparable twin brothers. Scraps of elven stories from after the fall of Arlathan, transcribed into Tevinter and recently lent to our fair university, refer to them as twin souls, but draw no family connection. The oldest stories never even name them directly, referring to Falandine as Dirthamin's shadow and Dirthamin as Falandine's reflection. The little we understand implies their bond was not romantic beyond even the strongest friendship. The legends of Dirthamin and Falandine may have been an allegory for complex elven relationships we lack context to comprehend. From the Treaty on Paragon, blah, 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 we know. I didn't mean to attack that. It's that was. I guess I really didn't like that. Oh. What did I do with my veil fire? Where's my veil fire torch? Also, I'm like glowing green. Oh, I lost it. Okay. Oh. I was gonna try and light that. What just twinkled? Ah, okay, there it is. Okay, okay. Got some ancient elven writing. Can I do anything here? There's a thing to pull. Anything over here? This is, yeah, that's where we did our little fight, so we could have skipped all the lore. Heaven forbid. Yes, yes, okay. Hello. Mosaic of Solas. Song to Solas. Solas whose heart rivals Elgar'nan's light. Solas whose temples rival Mythal's cities. Solas whose breath rivals Andruil's spear. Solas whose skill rivals June's craft. Solas whose fire cannot be quenched. We give ourselves gladly to your service. Song to Solas. Found in Temple of Mythal. Author unknown. As per usual. Anything fun over here? Uh-huh. Anything fun over here? I mean, that's where we're going eventually, but what are you leading me to? Oh. Are you taking me a better, cooler way? There. She's the awkward speed of being faster than my walking speed, but slower than my...
The Sentinels are holding off the Red Templars.
They're dying faster than they wanted to.
Oh.
Vir Sumiel.
Is this like you would miss this whole path if you'd killed the Sentinels and not allied with them? It's like, can I help them? I kind of want to help them. Am I allowed to? Okay, okay. Sorry to keep you waiting. I was struck with the urge of to be heroic. Whoa, wait. Whoa, where'd you go? Oh. Up this way. Oh, dead Red Templars. Yeah, there's more fighting going on over here as well. Can I save them? Okay. Sorry to keep you waiting. Is this where I go next? Oh. Wait, what's... Oh, this is also a thing to loot. Hello? Are you stuck? She stopped leading me. The quest marker says over here. Oh, sure. More Mythal statues. Okay.
The well of sorrows.
So Mythal endures.
It's loud and so cold.
Andraste, guide us.
Fight on! An army of these bastards won't stop us! How will you get to the well, General? Tell me...
Oh, I so rudely interrupted him. No, oh no! Oh. Oh god. Brutal.
You tough bastards. A day's march, hours of fighting, and still fierce as dragons.
Oh, well, he gives such nice
Chantry
pep
never
talks
knew
to
what it was
his
throwing away.
Samson,
Templars.
Sir, watch out!
Inquisitor.
Oh, I still have my
You and
Veilfire.
those elf things don't know when to stop. You've hunted us half across Thedas. I should have guessed you'd follow us into this hole.
What can you say? I'm persistent.
Your reserves are gone. So is Delirium. Isn't it time to stand down?
To enjoy the mercy you showed our brothers and sisters? No thanks. Corypheus chose me twice. First as his general, now as the vessel for the Well of Sorrows. You know what's inside the well? Wisdom. The kind of wisdom that can scour a world. I give it to Corypheus, that he can walk into the Fade without your precious anchor.
What's your part in it? What's a vessel?
What else empties a well? I'll carry its power to Corypheus.
Sure.
One more task entrusted to me. Being force-fed Chantry lyrium was good for something. This armor makes me a living fortress, mind and body. I won't forget a word of the well's knowledge. Corypheus will be unstoppable.
Yeah, so if we had decided, if we had recruited the Templars instead of the mages earlier in the game, then like this scene is not Samson. It's it's a Tevinter mage, a Venatori mage, named Calpurnia. And she's the one who's going to be the vessel.
Once Corypheus is that powerful, you and your soldiers will just slow him down.
You dare say that to my face? After you butchered my men?
Yeah, you butchered mine
You're
first.
no match for Corypheus. Even if you drink from the well, you'll never master its wisdom as he could.
Oh.
This is the strength that Chantry tried to bind. But it's a new world now, with a new god.
Oh boy.
Inquisitor, how will this go?
Ha! It's quick and painful. Nah, I think we're just gonna do it quietly. We're not with a remark.
Power's all well and good, until it's taken away.
Thanks, Dagna.
What did you do? What did you do?
I'm a little stinker.
It's gone. The lyrium. I need it.
Kill them all!
Why, hello, Mortalk. Wait, hey, no, we're not calling it unoriginal. We're calling it consistent. Okay, all right. Ow! I was like, I probably should have moved out of his way sooner. Hello, hello, fellas. Wait, let me. Yeah, well, that's that guy still hanging around. All right, Samson. Ooh, hey, all right, we're not that underleveled. We're because we're level 27, so we're actually. Everybody else has been too easy for us, but. But Samson can hold his own against us. Good for him. Oh man, he's fucking up that elf though. Oh, he got so big. There were all those giant skeletons in the frost factories. No, stop! Don't hurt! Don't hurt Cole. Oh, he's big again! Oh, I received the perceived condition. Truly the worst thing that can happen to a person, to be perceived.
Well, French. You can't take it from Corypheus.
Alright, I'm not taking it from him. It's not his.
He's still breathing.
We can take him back to Skyhold for judgment.
Oh, man. Huh. Ooh, acquired certainty. God, I wish. Morgan, be cool.
You heard his parting words, Inquisitor. The elf seeks to destroy the Well of Sorrows.
Sure.
So the Sanctum is despoiled at last.
You would have destroyed the well yourself, given the chance.
To keep it from your grasping fingers. Better it be lost than bestowed upon the undeserving.
Fool. You'd let your people's legacy rot in the shadows.
Yeah. It's like, I wanted these two flavors.
Enough.
You cannot honestly.
I said enough.
Be cool.
The well clearly offers power, Inquisitor. If that power can be turned against Corypheus, can you afford not to use it?
Do you even know what you ask?
No, that's the problem.
As each servant of Mythal reached the end of their years, they would pass their knowledge on through this. All that we were, all that we knew, it would be lost forever.
It's better that knowledge remain in the well, never passed on. You'd rather destroy it.
There are other places, friend, other duties. Your people yet linger.
Elven such as you?
Yes, such as I.
You have shown respect to Mythal, and there is a righteousness in you I cannot deny. Is that your desire? To partake of the Via Abelas as best you can? To fight your enemy?
Yes, please.
Not without your permission.
One does not obtain permission. One obtains the right. The Virabella-san may be too much for a mortal to comprehend. Brave it if you must. But know you this. You shall be bound forever to the will of Mythal.
Bound to a goddess who no longer exists, if she ever did.
Bound as we are bound. The choice is yours.
Is it possible this Mythal might still exist?
Anything is possible.
Elven legend states that Mythal was tricked by Fen'Harel and banished to the Beyond.
Elven legend is wrong. The Dread Wolf had nothing to do with her murder.
Murder? I said nothing of it.
She was slain, if a god truly can be. Betrayed by those who destroyed this temple. Yet the Virabella-san remains. As do we. That is something.
Are you leaving the temple?
Our duty ends. Why remain?
There is a place for you, Lethaline, if you seek it.
Perhaps there are places the Shamlin have not touched. It may be that only Uthenera awaits us. The blissful sleep of eternity never to awaken, if fate is kind.
Hey, worth a shot? I'll do the middle one.
You can walk away from the temple? Just like that?
After you drink, nothing remains to hold us.
Malas amalin nahalam abelas.
What'd you say, Solas? What'd you say?
His name, Abelas, means sorrow. I said, I hoped he finds a new name.
Aww. That's really sweet, Solas.
You'll note the intact Illuvian. I was correct on that count, at least.
Is it still a threat? Can Corypheus use it to travel the Fade?
You recall when I took you through my Illuvian, I said each required a key? The well is the key. Take its power, and Mythal's last Illuvian will be no more use to Corypheus than glass. I did not expect the well to feel so hungry.
Concerning.
Seems like that should be a concern.
That's what I'm saying.
Knowledge begets a hunger for more. I am willing to pay the price the well demands. I am also the best suited to use its knowledge in your service.
Or more likely to your own ends?
What would you know of my ends, elf?
You are a glutton drooling at the sight of a feast. You cannot be trusted.
Of those present, I alone have the training to make use of this. Let me drink, Inquisitor.
You alone? This is my heritage.
I have studied the oldest lore. I have delved into mysteries of which you could only dream. Can you honestly tell me there is anyone better suited?
What about you, Solas?
No. Do not ask me again.
Interesting. Interesting.
I would be.
You lead the Inquisition. This is not a risk you can take.
I would be a delivery I like a lot.
The well for everyone. Let me drink.
You're not concerned about the price? Bound forever to the will of Mythal?
Bound to the will of a dead god? It seems an empty warning. Perhaps a compulsion yet remains. Who can say otherwise? I do not fear it, even so.
I hate to say it, but Abelas' plan to destroy the well may be the best one.
I don't...
What happens when Corypheus comes for you again? He is immortal. The wisdom of the well may include a way to destroy him. Give me this, and I fight at your side. I shall be your sword.
Thoughts?
She is right about only one thing. We should take the power which lies in that well.
If it is truly between you and her, then let her take the risk. Make her help us all.
So many voices. They would be in your head, talking over you. You don't...
Oh, no one wants me to do it.
Give me your decision.
Too bad. I'm a Dalish elf and I want it. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, that's not a decision. Okay.
Looking at it, listening to it. That's not just knowledge from the ancient elven priests. It's their will.
How would you know such a thing?
That's what Abelas was telling us. The collective will of the priests puts anyone who drinks under a compulsion, a gas. Can't you feel it?
That would match the legends, but it does not tell us what the gas entails. I would still use the well, but you are right. We must be cautious.
Anyway, I was like, if I'm not playing as a Dalish elf, I tend to let Morgan do it, because it feels weird if you're not a Dalish elf to just do it yourself. But it's really hard to resist as a Dalish elf to be like, this is our history. I'll take the risk.
If anyone is to use the well...
And Solas disapproves, which is interesting.
So you will take what little knowledge you can understand and let the rest go to waste.
Hey, don't underestimate me. Sarah greatly disapproves, of course. Vivian greatly disapproves, of course. Some slight approvals. Nobody fully approves. No, because you're taking a big risk, I guess. But yeah.
The Inquisition needs you. Corypheus still endangers us all.
Oh, she greatly approved. She's for... Oh, because she hates Morgan. That's why.
Do as you will with the Well of Sorrows, Inquisitor. But be careful.
I mean, we haven't talked about Morgan, but I can't imagine she likes Morgan.
Why am I here? Corypheus, a magister wishes to rip the veil open. I must learn how to stop him.
Absolutely hates her. Yes, yeah. I've never taken Vivian here with me, and I think that would be perhaps the only way to see them interact, but...
I can't understand what you're... Look, will you help me or not?
It's fine.
Inquisitor! Inquisitor!
We're fine. Whoa, all the water's gone.
How do you feel?
Ah, hi! Oh. Invite me now. Eyeball cam. That's how you know things are intense. Sorry. Sorry, Corypheus. Got there first. I'm glowing. Well, don't you feel foolish now, Corypheus? He just ran right into the mirror. Smashed his little face. What a doofus! What a silly guy!
It is done.
Yep, we're feeling great. Everything's good.
I'm pleased to report we won the battle, Inquisitor.
Yay.
When you went through that mirror, Corypheus and his archdemon fled the field. I'm not sure why.
They were big
What
mad.
He wanted was no longer within the temple.
Perhaps. He spent so long trying to get into the temple, he probably couldn't have helped his forces by that point.
Then Corypheus is finished.
If he is wise, he will hide and rebuild his strength before he attacks again.
He will not.
He won't hide.
You hear it. The well speaks to you.
She's so jealous.
It's voices, whispering from so far away I can barely hear them.
If only one who understood such voices had used the well's power instead.
Then we'd have to rely on her interpretation of them, and whatever she chose to tell us.
Have I not been forthcoming enough for you, Spy Master? I told you what the well could have done, Inquisitor. You should be hearing shouts from the heavens, not whispers.
Then help me. Isn't that what you came here to do?
Earlier you said you knew what needed to be done next. What did you mean?
The dragon isn't an archdemon. It's a dragon in which Corypheus has invested part of his power. Kill it, and his ability to jump to other bodies is disrupted for a time. He can be killed. That's no simple task. Corypheus alone is powerful, but where there's dragon... There is a way, but I'll need Morrigan's help.
The voices from the well tell you that, do they? Very well, Inquisitor. Speak to me when you are ready to begin this plan of yours.
Are you certain of this?
Am I certain of anything? No, wait, I gained certainty, remember? I acquired certainty. I think it's a weapon. I don't remember what it is exactly. And it's an item of some kind. It might be an amulet. I should have put on my humidifier. My throat's dried right out. Yeah, no, this scene is interesting because like you don't see any of like that weird, you know, us in like another dimension and being like, are you gonna help me or not? And like all the weird whispers and stuff like that. If it's Morgan, you see her go through all that, but from the outside. So you just kind of see her acting the way we're acting and you're like, uh-oh. What's up there? She's a little discombobulated for a while. But yeah.
I don't think certain is the right word.
I'll see to Skyhold's defenses in the meantime.
Yay! All right, we did it. Okay. Yeah. So I'm just looking through all our side quests. We got to chat with everybody. Maybe I have to chat with them after Morgan. I don't remember. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think we have other stuff to do in the meantime. Well, that didn't take us too long. We're at the 3-hour mark.
It comes swiftly, this moment that will be spoken of for ages. The day the Herald of Andraste challenged the Darkspawn that thought itself a god. Defeat him, and you'll be more than a holy woman to the people. You'll enter legend.
All of this is disconcerting. Don't like any of it.
I couldn't have come this far without the Inquisition at my back.
And there is the modesty people respect. People joined the Inquisition after hearing you were blessed, but they've stayed because of how you lead. I wanted to tell you that I shared their sentiments, Inquisitor, and... well, I suppose I just did.
No.
I hope you're not going anywhere after I stop Corypheus.
Far from it. Oh, if you'll have me, there's so much more the Inquisition can do. Farewell, my lady. When you face Corypheus, may you walk in the light.
Thanks, Josie. Is that it?
A pleasure.
What do the people make of us?
There's scarcely a noble house that hasn't openly pledged its support to us.
Any visiting dignitaries I should watch out for?
The Nevaran minister was greatly impressed during his visit.
Oh.
Considering I've never seen him smile before, we should consider it a coup.
Okay.
What brightened the minister's spirits?
I believe he finds something romantic about our attempt to slay Corypheus' dragon.
Ah, Nevaran then.
We could extend the minister an invitation the next time we root around for a high dragon.
Please don't. I might take you up on it.
What are the chances he has some experience, though? Oh, we gotta judge Samson. Oh, right. I'm gonna talk to everybody first.
So, I'm still trying to wrap my mind around this. We went to an ancient room where you consumed a pool of elfiness, and then walked through a mirror.
Yeah.
And wound up back here. Have I mentioned that the shit that happens to you is crazy? I don't want to think about this anymore. You want to discuss something normal?
No, I just want to check in. Well, I don't remember exactly how and when some stuff happens. So, because I know there's like... No, I'm gonna spoil stuff, but like... Yeah. But like... If I talk to him before Morgan, does that happen right away? The thing I'm thinking of, if we're thinking of the same thing. It's been a million years since I played this game. And I only romanced Solas once. Okay.
Carry on.
Because like part of me is like, surely that only ever happens after... Because he has to be... Okay, yeah. Because I was like, because he has to give me heck for drinking from the well. I remember that. He's not happy about it. You'll recall that he disapproved. Oh. Hey,
Victory
Cassandra.
in the Arbor Wilds. The archdemon might have been a real threat to our army, but it flew off once we turned the tide. It is still out there, however. I wonder what Corypheus plans now.
He'll hide. What other choice does he have?
Do not underestimate Corypheus. He is powerful, and you have yet to fight him one-on-one. But he will come. You will get your chance.
It's like we kind of did at Haven, but I guess I wouldn't call that a fight. He just kind of threw me around a bit and broke all my ribs. So I guess it's okay to be worried about it.
It wouldn't be any fun if all this was over so soon.
Corypheus believes himself a god. Pride alone demands he not slink off into the shadows. I have faith you will be victorious even so. Not long ago, this was impossible to imagine. You, a valued friend, victory close at hand. The time has come to consider what will come next.
You'll be the next divine, I assume.
That has not happened yet.
But it may.
If the Maker wills it, then yes, I will answer his call. Blessed are they who stand before the corrupt and the wicked and do not falter. You have come far, my friend. It has been an honor.
It's like, I'm much more comfortable with the idea of the Chantry, especially because the Chantry's obsessed with me. With Cassandra or Leliana being the head of it. Not so much some other people. Oh, hey, Cullen.
Though all before me is shadow, yet shall the Maker be my
God, my advices are also pious.
I shall not be left to wander the drifting roads of the beyond. For there is no darkness in the Maker's light, and nothing that he has wrought shall be lost.
A prayer for you?
For those we have lost, and those I am afraid to lose.
I'm glad you haven't lost your faith.
I've questioned it at times, but I found comfort in faith when life offered little. Corypheus will retaliate. It's only a matter of time. We must draw strength wherever we can.
Unless he gets bored and surrenders. Any chance of that?
I doubt it.
Did I read this before? The bride of the Maker? Maker though I am but one, I have called in your name, and those who come to serve will know your glory. I remembered for them. They will see what can be gained, and though we are few against the wind, we are yours. Canticle of Trials 5, 1. Yeah. Good old Andraste. She's who is Joan of Arc meets Jesus.
I heard reports of the events at the Temple of Mythal, Inquisitor. It sounds magnificent. I hope we can explore it fully once Corypheus is defeated.
I didn't expect a Chantry Mother to be interested in exploring an Elven God's temple.
Whether your gods are myths or aspects of the Maker, they are worth studying. Whatever we find will help us better understand our world and our Maker. No believer should fear the truth. But of course, all that must wait until Corypheus himself is defeated. Was there anything else, Inquisitor?
Nah.
Farewell.
Farewell.
Alright, ignoring Morrigan for now. The fact that I've had a few cutscenes would maybe suggest that the Solas cutscene is going to happen next time I talk to him. But I'll do him last. I'm just going to ignore him for now. Oh, poor guy. Oh, maybe I'll go talk to Blackwall, because he's a million miles away. Why is he so out of the way? He's so far from everyone else. Go hang out in the tavern.
Corypheus is able to possess Grey Wardens, or so I hear. Perhaps it's a good thing I'm not a real warden.
Yeah.
It's a blessing. Warden or not, I'd hate to be on the other side of your blade.
Going up against a Darkspawn, and the last thing you want is a Grey Warden. Funny how these things happen.
Corypheus really fucked that up.
Nothing right now.
Did I not talk to him last time and check? Okay, yeah, talking to Solas will trigger the next romance cutscene. Okay, do I want that to happen before I talk to Morgan? I guess it doesn't matter too much. Anyway, I was going to save him for last regardless.
Going well, I hope?
What's been going on?
They've done a lot with this place. I'm impressed.
Oh. Anything else?
What's been going on?
Just relaxing.
Okay.
Taking a breath. You need to sometimes to keep sane.
You do need to sometimes to keep sane. Hey, Krem.
Most of the charges are still at the Temple of Mythal. I missed a crazy fight.
Can you think of any other tasks suitable for the charges?
Most of our people were at the Temple of Mythal. I've still got a few, though. Men who are recovering from wounds. I can send them around to rattle swords, wave flags, and look a lot larger than they are. It'll mess with enemy estimates of our numbers, so no one thinks Skyhold is undermanned.
Cool.
We'll talk later.
Thanks, Krem.
So to kill Corypheus, all we have to do is kill his dragon first.
Yeah, I bet you love that news.
That's easy.
Yeah.
We're good at killing shit.
That's the spirit.
Just one more big fight to put this Magister asshole down for good. I knew you'd get us here, boss.
It's been an honor, Bull.
Oh, don't get like that. This isn't goodbye. We're kicking this guy's ass.
Hi, Sarah. Are you mad at me? Yeah.
Oh, hi, yeah. Listen, stand there.
Yeah.
There. Now, about Mythal.
I think Sarah's mad at me. One of these two.
Sarah, whatever's wrong, we can talk about it.
Oh, don't piss yourself. I just wanted to make sure it was you in there. I mean, you went wading into a well of sorrows. Who hears that and thinks, well, dunk a butt, let's have a go? I mean, that whole place. Clearly demon bait. Top to bottom. It makes messing with their relics real stupid. So, test done, you're still you. We can leave these lies behind.
How was aiming an arrow at my face a test?
I heard once that if you're possessed, the demon will defend itself against attack. Sounds stupid to say it out loud. I don't know. I don't know demons. At least, if it's true, the arrow's right there. I'm sorry, yeah? Morrigan's probably got better ways, but who can trust her?
So your main takeaway is that elves worshipped demons?
Well, they never call them that, yeah? But that's what it had to be. I mean, it was impressive and all. Makes the Dalish look like tits for living in the woods, but so what? There can't be a bunch of gods and the Maker. Don't matter how much or little you believe, those don't fit. So call me stupid, but I believe the stuff not made up by dead people who failed. Mythal is a ruin full of demons. I mean, it just makes sense, right?
I mean...
There's so much history there. What if some of it is true?
No, now you're stupid. You can't think that because it's stupid.
But everything we saw.
Why believe it? Because Abelas looked weird? If that's all it takes, Corypheus shitheel is full of lumpy truth.
I mean...
You're an elf. Be all elfy. But this? You're the frigging herald of Andraste. Every time you open your mouth, you'll sound like an idiot.
keep saying I'm not. Yeah, there we go.
It's not as if it matters what I believe.
Yeah, I knew this conversation wasn't going to go great.
Not for me to say, yeah. Just saying. Anyway, believe what you want. So long as we kill Corypheus, whatever.
Well, that's about as good as we could get out of that conversation, I feel like. While not agreeing with her. Hey, Cole. I didn't see if he approved or not. He certainly was worried about me doing it. Oh, cool.
Corypheus died, and then he didn't. That's why he always felt wrong, like he didn't fit inside himself. He wears another man's life. I thought dying was forever.
So did I. Corypheus seems to break a lot of rules.
But is it him? Is he real? If a man can be dead and then not, could I have saved the real Cole?
Oh. No.
What happened to him wasn't your fault.
His hands were bruised from beating on the wall. It was dark, like the cabinet where he hid to escape his father. His belly hurt like knives, throat cracked dry. He was alone. I pushed through and held his hand. It was all I could do. He said, "Thank you." Thank you.
No. I love Cole so much. Okay, who else do I have to talk to still? Dorian, my boy Dorian. Leliana, obviously Solas. Am I missing anybody? Iron Bull, Sarah, Cassandra I've talked to, Blackwall. Nobody's down here, right? Yeah, that's... Cullen I talked to. Cole I just talked to. Josie I talked to on my way out. Vivian! I have to talk to Vivian too. Varric I've talked to. Okay, Dorian, Leliana, Vivian. It's like if I go up this way. Oh yeah, okay, right. She's going to be excited about this.
It's been quite the momentous day, hasn't it, my dear? How do you feel? It's not every day one absorbs ancient elven magic.
Yeah, I'm a little worried.
Actually, between the voices and the binding oath to a possibly demonic power, I'm a bit concerned.
Wise of you, Inquisitor. We cannot guess at what the lasting effects of the well might be. The Circle had little information about elven magic to begin with. Perhaps I'll speak to Dorian. Rest assured, we will find a way to circumvent whatever bargain you've made. The pieces are nearly in place. We'll soon strike against Corypheus directly. You've done so much better than I expected. I shall not be embarrassed to stand and fight beside you.
Hey, you know what? Vivian hated us for a long time. That's pretty good. That's about as good as we can expect, I think, with this run where we disagreed with Vivian on, like, everything. High praise. I will not be embarrassed to stand next to you in battle. Thanks, Vivian. Oh boy. Oh, what floor am I on? Okay. Oh, hey Fiona, you got anything to say?
I heard of your verdict on Alexios.
Oh man, she's had stuff to say on everything, and I just haven't been talking to her.
Is almost too kind. I hope you know what you're doing. Do be wary of anything that man proposes.
I will. I will.
I'll leave you to it.
Hey, Dorian.
What happened at the Elven Temple? It's got me thinking. I should go back, shouldn't I? To Tevinter. Once this is done.
No, stay with me forever.
You're still alive.
all my talk of how terribly wrong things are back home. But what do I do about it? Nothing.
How does this relate to the Elven Temple?
You encountered ancient elves, a piece of history, something the Imperium didn't destroy. Maybe my people can atone for what we've done. There is something still left to restore. Maybe not all of us want to, but that could be altered. If you can change minds, so can I.
That's the spirit.
Someone with your impeccable taste could transform Tevinter.
I hope you're right. You usually are. It might surprise you to know that you're the one who inspired me. You're shaping the world, for good or ill. How could I aspire to do any less? If it means proving that Tevinter can be better, that there's hope even for my homeland, I would do anything.
That is my bestie. I love you, Dorian. Your best friend. And look, I don't want you to go, but I'm proud of you. Let's see. I'm checking.
Questions.
Yeah, I didn't think you'd have anything more to say to me. Okay, I'm gonna go talk to Leliana, and then I think I will leave the Solas cutscene and Morgan stuff for next stream, because I don't think next stream will be, at least in terms of gameplay-wise, I don't think it'll be that long. Because I feel like the last quest, the finale, is not like a big... Like, I think it's shorter than... I think it's the shortest of the, like, main quests. But I could be misremembering that. But I think, you know, it's worth having, you know, a cutscene or two left to bring us into that. I don't really have anything to do off stream except possibly war table missions. Yeah. There was, when I saw that I had finished at like under 3 hours, there was a little part of me that was like, let's just do it. Let's finish the game tonight. But no, I should calm down. I have stuff to do. I should chill out. Yeah. Anyway, Leliana shouldn't have too much to say. And I do want to leave, like, if things are really short next time, that's okay. I have like a lot I want to talk about. I'll have a lot I want to talk about post game. Though I will have even more I want to talk about after Trespasser. So it won't be as long as I think my post Trespasser debrief, but all right. Leliana. Also being, again, my advisor is so pious.
I was pondering who might be divine, and it suddenly occurred to me. Is it so ridiculous for the Grand Clerics to support me?
No.
Why shouldn't they?
If you were divine, what would you do?
Change things. Change everything. Your support of the Mage Rebellion was a good start. We must build on this. No more circles. The mages will be free. The Chantry will accept them as the Maker's children. In fact, it will accept everyone. Elves, dwarves, even Qunari. Why exclude them? The Chantry allows our differences to tear us apart, instead of teaching us how we are the same.
Yeah, it's hard to do post-game thoughts without Trespasser, the real ending. Yeah, because it's like, listen, I can have a lot of thoughts on the Corypheus storyline and stuff, but I think the thing that I obviously want to most talk about is like what happens at the end of Trespasser. But yeah, and then there's like some stuff about the ending that is kind of cliffhangery, that is resolved-ish in Trespasser. So it's like I'll want to discuss that cliffhanger ending, but I won't be able to discuss it fully because some of it is resolved later. It's a whole thing. But I was like, if it's really short, what I can do is I found I'll maybe put together some of the best texts between us from when we were playing the first time. Yeah. I was looking for texts that I realized and that I remembered incorrectly. It was actually a phone call between Jen and I, between Saberni and my older sister and I, after I did the quest that I just did. Because yeah, like I said, we figured a thing out, and it isn't confirmed till later that we were right. But like, yeah. I want to talk about. I think I want to talk about a lot of like what our theories and thought process, much in the same way that like once the Blackwall reveal happened, I talked about how I started to be suspicious of Blackwall actually being a Grey Warden as it went along, and like that was because that was a little thing that I didn't totally figure out, but like obviously I didn't figure out he was secretly a murderer and stuff, but like fun stuff like that where there was a lot of like little clues that went along that I didn't point out as we played this time because well, first of all, we didn't hit all of them because I didn't take Blackwall with me as much, whereas my first playthrough I romanced Blackwall, so I had him with me everywhere. So I guess bigger story versions of that kind of little thing where it's fun to talk about. But yeah, we had some good texts, some fun times. So I already supported Cassandra. Can I do this? I think Leliana or Cassandra, I would be very happy with either of them being divine. And like, is it a spoiler to say that, because she hasn't brought it up, but I guess it's a minor spoiler, but I feel like we never got close enough for her to bring it up. But like Vivian can also become divine, which like huge to have the first mage divine. But also she's like by far the most conservative of the three of them. Cassandra's a very like balanced middle, hey, things need to change, but she still wants to like work within the existing system. And Leliana's very burn it all down, which honestly I appreciate. I appreciate both approaches. But yeah, so I don't want to say she shouldn't be divine. Anyway.
I think you would make a good divine.
I am glad to hear it. Your support may persuade the Grand Clerics to vote in my favor. The Chantry was a beacon of hope to me once, you know. In my years at Lothering's Chantry, we turned no one away from our doors. It was a refuge, a place of peace. I felt the Maker's presence and his love even when they told me he'd left us. This is the Chantry I know, the Chantry I wish the world to see.
Keep dreaming.
The world could certainly use the force for good you describe.
Yes, the Chantry should be a force for good instead of what it is. The Chantry dictated where it should have inspired. It spoke of judgment instead of acceptance. It should encourage the good in everyone, rather than rebuke us for our sins. No one.
I want this Chantry to gentle parent us.
No one is without worth. Whoever you are, whatever your mistakes, you are loved. Unconditionally. In your heart shall burn an unquenchable flame.
Hey, there's one of the quest names. In your heart shall burn. Yeah, I guess she doesn't want to burn that. She also still wants to work within the system of the Chantry. She just wants to radically change that system. Ow. Oh, there's Solas. He's right there. Okay. Okay. Well, I'll leave it there, I guess. Yeah. Well, we'll start next time, either with talking to Morgan or Solas. I haven't decided which I want to do first yet. Maybe I will look into a bit whether or not, like, what all happens is one cutscene. Anyway, I remember. The point is I want both Morgan and Solas' stuff to happen at the beginning of next stream instead. Yeah. So, we're almost there, guys. We're almost there. Except that we also have Trespasser left, which Trespasser, it's like, it depends, I guess, how long I go. I could see Trespasser taking as little as 2 streams and as many as like 4 streams. Like it really depends on how long my streams are, because it is long. And there's at least one side quest that because of the way I've played my character, I was like, I really want to do the side quest so that I can do the thing. Yeah. There's like a thing where you can a side quest that if you complete, then your character figures a thing out, and I'm like, I really want our character to figure it out. But yeah. Anyway, Trespasser is great. I'm very excited to play it again, because I have played Trespasser more recently than the rest of the game, because I finally like got back to one of my other playthroughs, and like was finishing that up, and it was like a weird thing though where I'd started Trespasser, but it had been then years since I'd played, so that character I was like wandering around being like, what have I done? What have I already done? And like, where am I in the story of Trespasser? But yeah, no, I'm very excited to play Trespasser again and to do the finale. And we'll talk about, I feel like I've talked a lot about finding that the finale a bit, if you ignore the existence of Trespasser, which is the true end of the game, but the end of the main campaign to be like a bit anticlimactic. So I like, hopefully I haven't killed anybody's enthusiasm for watching the finale. The good news is maybe I've oversold how anticlimactic it is, and you'll all enjoy yourselves anyway. And also it might be only anticlimactic to play, because like I do think the setting for the finale is very cool, so that might be at least cool to look at and stuff. So but then I have I'll still have lots to talk about, I think, even before I get to Trespasser, in terms of opinions on how Inquisition, which is a game I love and adore, and the way it's like paced and stuff is like I guess I think that like I know I've said this before. I said it while we were like playing the mission and all that stuff, but like that Haven, I keep calling them missions. It's very Mass Effect of me. They're quests in Dragon Age. Just that like Haven is such a good oh shit moment, and I wish the finale was Haven but more. And that does, like, from seeing what the developers have talked about in the years following this game's release, that they just kind of the development cycle for Inquisition was it was pretty troubled, frankly. Not as troubled as like other games that followed it, but it was kind of the first BioWare game that started to get kind of screwed over by their development cycle. I say first. Obviously, Dragon Age 2 was also screwed over by its development cycle, but in like the opposite way of future games. I don't know. It's there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff where like things are both rushed and not. And anyway, Inquisition kind of ran out of money to do stuff. So there was like, I'll talk more in detail when when I can spoil stuff, but like it talked a bit in like how they had kind of planned the ending. And like story-wise, the ending is like what they intended. It was just like the stakes, I guess, and how much what you've done throughout the game played into it. There was more variables, I guess, before. But yeah. Anyway, just love Dragon Age so much. So just vibing, just enjoying. So my update is that my the shoot in June got pushed to August. So I've been talking about how Chaos Schedule would be starting in June, and all that jazz. And so that's no longer true. Chaos Schedule will start at the very end of June into the beginning of July, and then continue through to the end of August. Oh dear, and I mean I'm not too surprised about this one, because I was like, I kept telling the June shoot that I had a July shoot, and so I was like, just because I sometimes things get pushed, sometimes they get pushed a couple of weeks or whatever. I just want you to know that I'm already committed to this other project that happens right after. And I like brought it up every time we talked about anything. I was just like, hey, like making sure you remember. And their like response to that was like their response was not, oh, we won't push, or their response was like, oh, of course we're going to do our best not to push and stuff like that. Their response was kind of like, well, we'll see, you know how things are. And so that response made me be like, okay, I feel like they foresee pushing. But I think the reason that it's pushed until August is because not like just me. There's other people that will be busy in June and have prior commitments and stuff. So I think they want to try and keep as much of the same crew as possible. So we'll see. We'll see how that all works out. Oh boy, indeed. The good news is it has me gives me more time to work on the Dungeons and Dragons one-shot Bachelorette that I was gonna have to get done in like the next week to make sure that it was ready to go because I wasn't gonna have time to prepare for it. So that's nice. I have an extra couple weeks there. And it means I will for sure finish Dragon Age Inquisition, the main campaign, before I start Chaos Schedule, and I should be able to finish The Witness, though The Witness being the game that I keep thinking I'm close to being done, and then I keep not being anywhere near being done. It's been like 3 or 4 streams now where I've been like, man, I must be getting close to the end, and nope. Though I guess learning that I only needed 7 lasers and not 9, not all 9, I guess technically I could have been closer to done then, but you want to do all the laser puzzles. You want to get all the lasers, learn all the mechanics. So I don't regret doing that. I guess it means technically I could have been closer to done than I am. But I'm in the section that's called the end, so surely only one more stream of The Witness and I will actually be done. Surely. But yeah, so on that note, though, that's why I didn't stream it this morning, because A, I didn't get as much done yesterday as I wanted to, so I wasn't going to stream this morning anyway. But B, the problem with not streaming this morning was originally going to be that Witness, I would have one stream of Witness left that would have to wait until after Chaos Schedule, would have had to wait like 2 to 3 months. So it works out that I will be able to probably the following Monday. I'll take this week off of my Monday morning streams, and the following Monday do what should be the end of The Witness. Though again, I've said that before, so who knows? It might take me a couple streams to get through the end. It does seem like there's a lot to the end, but yeah. So I guess it's possible that it'll be, hopefully not more than 2 streams, but like. It could be 2 streams. Yeah. So in theory, I should be able to finish Inquisition next Thursday, as long as nothing else comes up to mess up my Thursday stream. But yeah, that's the plan. Next Thursday evening is going to be the Dragon Age Inquisition finale, kind of, not including Trespasser. Trespasser's the real finale, but the finale of the main campaign, but Trespasser's the real finale. And then I'll have to decide. I'll have to kind of look at my calendar and see how much time I actually have left. Because my original plan had been to play something short, something that's like 1 to 3 streams tops, between the end of Inquisition and Trespasser. Because like I've said before, there's a time jump between the end of Inquisition and the Trespasser DLC. And so like I was going to take a little break from Inquisition to kind of be that time jump. Then when it was like, oh, I'm going to just barely finish Inquisition before I enter Chaos Schedule hiatus time. So that'll be my break instead, and I'll just continue with Trespasser when I come back. from my hiatus, but now my hiatus has been pushed, so I have to decide whether or not I do another game and Trespasser will still be after the hiatus, but also after another game, or if I just launch straight into Trespasser if I think I have enough time. Because what I wouldn't want is to like start Trespasser and then take the hiatus. So I'm going to look at my calendar and see if I think I can get Trespasser done before the hiatus starts. And I think if I feel comfortable that I can, that I will do that. So we may launch right into Trespasser after this. We may not. I should know by next week. Yeah. Though the question then becomes, okay, I might not have time to do a previously on video like I've done for the other Dragon Age games. We'll see. We'll see what I can do. But the question becomes, do I do one for Trespasser or do I do one for the end of this campaign or do I do one for both? Yeah. Anyway, that's for me to figure out and you guys to see when it happens. I do enjoy making those, so I hope I find the time. I would have to do it like, I don't know, Tuesday or Wednesday next week. So hopefully I find the time to do it because I do enjoy making them. Previously ons are fun. I would enjoy making. Yeah, I haven't done them for games that I have played that I haven't played before, because like I don't. Like the thing about so the games that I've done previously ons for the finale streams are Detroit Become Human, and Dragon Age Origins, Dragon Age 2, Dragon Age Inquisition. God, I think I thought about doing one for Awakening and just ran out of time and was like, well, it's a expansion anyway. But Yeah. But those are games that I know all of them really well, so it was really easy to like write the previously on and then know exactly where to find the footage I needed to go over it. Especially Detroit is so easy for that because it's so like linear cinematic. That was very easy one to do. That one I made very quickly. Whereas Origins and Inquisition, yes, I know them very well and I know what footage I want, but they are both massive games, so there is a lot of footage to look through. But yeah, when I do Mass Effect, which I do think I want to do Mass Effect, I'll do something small and then I'll do Mass Effect is kind of the idea, something small between Dragon Age and Mass Effect, because I do want to stream Veilguard, but I want to finish my playthrough of Veilguard Until Dawn does it for you. Yeah. Boom, butterfly effect. Yeah. I was just thinking because I was like, the fact that Mother Giselle at the beginning of the stream says the like opening, that I could use the like opening shot of Dragon Age Origins, which is the like the like you've brought sin to heaven and that whole thing. And then Mother Giselle said it, so I was like, oh, you could have her read it instead of me. I read it when I didn't use it for the previously on, but I did it for because I created my character off stream, and that little opening cutscene happens before that, so I had recorded it to play for everybody. But yeah, what was I getting at? Oh yeah, that just like I want to. I still haven't finished Veilguard, and I want to do that before I stream it. So who knows when I will stream Veilguard? Because also, of course, I'll probably want to like give it some time before I start streaming it after playing it. Though who knows? Sometimes I finish a game and I'm really eager to replay it immediately. So who knows? Yeah. But I think I foresee there being a long enough time that it's like, okay, we're going to do a previously on of the series before going into Veilguard. And I think so much of the lore stuff we learn comes to a head in Veilguard. And I'm like 50 hours into Veilguard. Enough of it, like, there's enough like revelations that it's like, I kind of like the idea of doing a full series recap up to that point, but also it could be like 20 minutes long. I was looking at, wait, I should look at, okay, let's mute that tab just in case something just plays. Because I was looking at my, because I want to say that they're like, I've had ones that were like 8 minutes. Like, I want to say the Detroit one was like 6 minutes. Like they've all been longer than your average previously on, which are like 30 seconds. Oh yeah, I have a previously on playlist on my YouTube. Which you can find. I'm also Polychrome. That's a different YouTube. I'm also QuiteContraryTV on that. Yeah, okay, there you go. They get longer with each one. The Detroit one is 6 minutes and 14 seconds. The Dragon Age Origins one is 8 minutes and 3 seconds. And the Dragon Age 2 one is 11 minutes and 45 seconds, which is so funny because I'm like, Dragon Age 2 is less lore heavy, but just the interpersonal stuff is so much that I think that's why it's so long. And anyway, if I do an Inquisition one, which no promises, I may not have time. If I do an Inquisition one, it has both like interpersonal and lore stuff, so it could be a billion minutes. And then to do a recap of the whole series, it could take years. Anyway. But I like the idea of doing it. It would be fun, but no promises. No promises. Yeah, anyway. Gosh, what else was I going to say? Okay, I updated you on my schedule. Oh, I talked about here. This will kind of be my. I've stumbled into my outro by saying I do. Yeah, on my YouTube I have. You can watch those previously ons on their own. They're in their own playlist. But more importantly, all of my VODs are also there. I do my best to keep up with like giving them timestamps and stuff so that, especially for longer streams like my Inquisition ones have been, you can kind of jump around if you want. I'm QuiteContraryTV everywhere on the internet, so like whatever social you want to follow me on, if you look up QuiteContraryTV, you will find me. But if you prefer direct links, I do have a link tree. You can find it right here. It'd be like the Buffy's. It'll be like the Buffy season finale where it just accelerates into flashes. Yeah. Where it starts at the very beginning of, yeah. Well, because I was thinking, here's literally why I think it would be fun to do a full series recap is because you kind of would recap pieces of Origins and 2 at the same time. Like you would have the beginning of Dragon Age 2 would happen near the beginning of the Origins recap, but then you wouldn't come back. Like, I don't know. And then, so I don't know. It seems fun. Like it would be a very like expansive, like it would be an epic recap because it would be a recap of our 3 separate protagonists' stories, which is fun. And also I just like yammering on about Dragon Age and its lore. Yeah. Yeah, when you're recapping the destruction of Lothering, you're like, also, this family was escaping, and they'll be important later. Don't worry about it. But yeah. Anyway, I also have another YouTube channel with my friends called Polychrome, where we talk about nerdy stuff. We play video games together. We review things. It's all like polished and edited. So if you find yourself interested in me playing games, but not really wanting to commit to a series of 2 to 5 hour streams, you want something that's more like 20 minutes. Yeah, we have like edited videos over there, and you'll find all my friends also playing video games over there, and they're really cool. And if you agree with me after watching their stuff, you can follow all of them on Twitch. A lot of hiatuses right now, including, so Venomous Goat should be back. I don't think he'll be back this week. He'll probably be back next Sunday, not this coming one, but the next one. If anyone who follows Robodude TV on like Blue Sky and stuff will probably already know this, but he like just got back from hiatus for a couple weeks and now has been evacuated because of all the fires that are happening. So he's on hiatus until that resolves one way or the other. So good vibes over to Robodude, and everyone are in his area because it's scary stuff. Yeah. But I recommend giving everybody a follow just so that you can get updates. You'll get notifications for when they're back, and they're all very cool. I really like them. And I'm not going on hiatus for another few weeks at least now. It was going to be imminent, and now it's slightly less imminent. Yeah, anyway, was there something else I wanted to say? I feel like I was saying something, and then I interrupted myself, which is classic me. To do outro stuff. Just that Previously Ons are fun. And the season 5 finale Previously On makes me emotional. And I'm really mad it wasn't on the DVDs because I did not learn about it. I think it would have hit me so much harder if I watched it when I was doing my first watch through of Buffy. But I had to be told after the fact to look up the season 5 finale, which is the 100th episode of Buffy as well. The season 5 finale Previously On, because the Previously On starts with like it starts with like season 1, and you're like they're all babies. yeah well, and like it's also just like it is fun to have Previously Ons on the DVDs because the DVD maybe rightly assumes that I'm binging it and don't need a Previously On, but they have a skip intro button, so surely they could have had a skip Previously On button, and like you miss out on the experience of like, listen, I didn't watch Veronica Mars as it came out on TV, but I binged it all on DVD shortly after it was canceled. Just me getting into things right after the end. But the DVDs had the Previously Ons on, so I got to experience the Duncan Kane. He used to be my boyfriend. That like every Veronica Mars fan has burned into their brain because it was in every Previously On for at least the first season, the entire first season. Or like your Supernatural, dad's on a hunting trip and he hasn't been home in a while or whatever it is. It's been a minute since I've watched any Supernatural. I only watched 3 seasons, but someday I'll watch the other 12. How many seasons were there? 15? Yeah. Anyway, I just love a good Previously On. There's a million. I can't say that. I'm currently on season 15 of Grey's Anatomy, and I still have 6 more to go. They're on I think they just finished season 21. I think the season 21 finale just aired like a couple weeks back. So I can't even. I have watched The Pit. It's so good. It's so good. Yeah, I highly recommend The Pit. It's like listen, I love Grey's Anatomy. That it's a ridiculous show, but it also makes me cry every episode, and it's great. I feel like if you were interested in medical dramas and you didn't like Grey's Anatomy, you should still give The Pit a chance, because it's like The Pit's just very grounded, which like Grey's Anatomy isn't always. Sometimes it is. Sometimes Grey's Anatomy has some really like poignant like. Grey's Anatomy has lots of poignant stuff. It's surrounded by a lot of. It's very much a melodrama. So it's got a lot going on. But like, yeah, The Pit is like very grounded. And I think a great performances all around. I love the characters, but also it feels kind of like watching a play, because like the way the like conceit of the first season of The Pit, anyway, I don't know what they'll do for future seasons, but like the conceit of the first season is it's like 24 if it was a medical drama. So it's like each episode, there's 15 episodes, and each episode is an hour of the of like one 15-hour shift. So like it's very like I don't know. It's just the move is very like, and it all takes place in the ER. There's no like when people get sent off to surgery, you're not following them to surgery. You're all like basically, other than the very beginning of the season and the very end of the season, like you are always in like the ER and you're just like kind of moving between the various things that are happening simultaneously and like. Yeah, I just think it's very well done. Also from like the like behind the scenes perspective, I am like, what was it like being scripty on that show where like everything, not like House where they all do everything for some reason. Also true of Grey's Anatomy, where surgeons are doing everything. What, but yes. Well, it's like House and Grey's Anatomy and many other medical dramas do this as well, but they're like the CSIs of medical dramas, where like CSI was like they're the whole conceit of CSI is like we're following the scientists that solve crimes, and they're like the forensic analysts and stuff, but they're doing everything. They're also the detectives. There's also a detective there, but they're doing the detective stuff too. Like CSI is more than just the forensics. They're just they're solving crime but with science. Anyway. And House they break into people's homes. Yeah, there is an extra layer. But here's House gets away with more because of its, well, first of all, it has like the setup where they can hand wave. House is zany and he does everything wrong, but he gets his answers. But like, yeah, it has the setup of like House isn't a medical drama; it's a medical mystery show. It is, it's Sherlock Holmes, but as a medical drama, and yeah, so it has that at least going for it, whereas. Grey's Anatomy, they almost never break into people's homes. I will give them that at least, but they are all doing everything all the time. But that's why like the House doctors are kind of more like the vibe is more they're private investigators than doctors, because they're doing all kinds of investigative stuff and yeah. Remember that time Chase killed a dictator? I didn't until just now when you brought that up. Gosh, I should watch. Okay, when I get through all 21 seasons of Grey's Anatomy, I might not make it to 20. My thing was like, as long as there are still some characters I like on Grey's Anatomy, because like it's certainly the writing has been like slowly going downhill. I'm still enjoying myself, but I was like, there will be, if I don't care about any of the characters anymore, then I'll stop watching. But Miranda Bailey's still on the show, so. And I love her, so I may be in it till the bitter end. But I was like, I should rewatch House / watch it, because I only watched a couple seasons before I kind of dropped off of House. But also, speaking of The Pit, because The Pit is great, but of course it made me nostalgic for ER, and there's just nowhere to fucking watch ER. But I found the first season on like the Internet Archive, so I can watch the first season, which I think I barely saw any of the first season because I was like 6, no, less than that. When did ER first air? I was very little. Most of my ER experience was reruns, so I saw nothing in order. Oh God, I was 3 when it aired, so I definitely didn't see the first season as it was aired. I don't think I saw any of the seasons while they aired, actually. I think I watched ER entirely through out of order reruns, and so yeah. But yeah. All right, you are also a BB. Yes. But yeah. And it's like I was young, but also like it was a few years before I was going to handle the gore. Like, yeah. To be honest, when you were little, you didn't understand reruns. Yeah, you know what? I don't. It's the shaking granny butt. She's back. She's back. Yeah. I also kind of didn't understand reruns, but I guess I don't remember. It's maybe that's not the case. Maybe it's more I just don't remember when I understood that that's what was happening. Yeah, there's like, I feel like there's one, oh yeah, like everything reruns. It's like one was Littlest Hobo, which, yeah, is like, that's such a good question. It's gotta be, no, really? Oh no, okay, it was revived. Okay, because I was like the 60s, but it was revived. The revival was 1979 to 1985. The helicopter episode of ER, I am so scared of spinning blades, not even just helicopter blades. Helicopters scare me. Yes, absolutely. You are 100% me too, Rosale play. The ER episode, helicopter episode was, that was maybe late enough in the series that I like saw it as it came out. Absolutely traumatized. I have been like, that a formative memory, core memory. Like it fucked me up real good, and there's a part of me that will always be scared of helicopters. Also, so watching season 1 of ER, and like Dr. Carter's a little baby intern. He's not even an intern yet. He's a student. He's not Dr. Carter. He's Mr. Carter. I remember 3 things about ER. Here's the things I remember about ER. I remember the helicopter episode, and it was the asshole doctor. I remember in a later episode he has a fake arm because he got it cut off by the helicopter, and he lights it on fire. I don't remember anything else about the episode. He just like doesn't notice it on a burner or something. You did see it when it came out. You remember your mom bawling her eyes out that episode. She was hella into that show. I mean, it's good shit. But then I also remember very vividly that he dies because he gets squished by a helicopter in a later episode. That fall, the shot like from underneath him screaming as the helicopter comes down and smashes into him is yeah, the original McDreamy. Yeah, Dr. Carter, the original McDreamy, and then like McSteamy probably oh no, Doug. What's Dr. I know his first name's Doug. George Clooney's character is the original McSteamy. But yeah, train of thought. Yeah, so like there's various characters that I remember pretty well. And so speaking of Doug, I vividly remember there's an episode where there's a kid trapped in a storm drain and it's raining and he's like in the storm drain with him. I remember that episode. I remember, okay, so there's a fairly like infamous episode called All in the Family from like a later season. That is like it's the episode where Carter and Lucy is her name, I think, get stabbed. But the stabbing doesn't actually happen in that episode. It happens at the end of the previous episode. And I like don't really have memories of seeing the actual All in the Family episode, but I do have vivid memories of the ending of the episode that preceded it, which is when they get stabbed, because it's like kind of a incredible horror scene where like we don't know that Lucy's been stabbed. We like Carter goes into the room and it's dark, and then he like sees a thing he's dropped something, or like he goes to, it's the classic like horror, you follow him to the floor and when he stands back up the guy is behind him. But the visual that really stuck with me is after he gets stabbed and he falls to the floor and he looks across the room and he sees Lucy on the floor already stabbed, and it's like that image is burned into my mind forever. And I don't know, I like don't remember, I was like, did I just, because I was watching things on reruns, did I never actually see the famous episode All in the Family where they are the patients? Because I vividly remember the end of the episode beforehand, but I remember none of the fallout. So, but maybe that's just like the helicopter where it just stuck in my brain really well. There's one episode where there's like a hospital-wide emergency that you vaguely recalled. Yeah. I mean, there's a few, like, I remember, because there's some, like, actresses that I remember in later stuff. I vaguely remember Abby. I vaguely remember that, like, Ming-Na Wen was on it, and she is in season 1, and she's a actual baby. But I remember her being on later seasons. And then, obviously I also remember, yeah. Deb, she's Deb. But yeah, she's an actual baby. She's a student with Carter in the first season, and she looks so young. Like almost apocalyptic style emergency. Like the specifics aren't ringing a bell, but like I fully believe that it's ER got wild in later seasons. Yeah. What else? I remember. Yeah, I vaguely remember some of the doctors that are in various seasons, and then I remember. What was the other thing I remembered? Of course, like vague memories of like Mark and Elizabeth's, is that their names? Alex Kingston's character is Elizabeth, right? That's her name. Their relationship, I remember. And then I remember like the episode where we find out that Doug died, and it's like the saddest thing ever. So that's I remember all the traumatic stuff from that show, because I do remember really loving Mark. Yeah. Oh, it's like the Dr. Dr. Green. That's Mark. Yes, Dr. Green is Mark. Elizabeth Corday. Dr. Corday's Alex Kingston's character. It's like the doctor. Yeah. So that's Carrie. I think she's not in season 1, but I also remember really liking her, and she was like, people like the other doctors didn't like her, but I liked her. I was like, no, she just has a hard job. Carrie. Oh, what's her name? But yes, I remember really like her. And she turns out to be gay, I think. She was no bullshit. Yeah. She was no bullshit. And I was like, you guys just don't like her no bullshitness because she's a woman. and a baby feminist was born. Anyway, I gotta find somewhere to get the rest of ER. That ran for like 13 seasons, I think. I vaguely recall season 14 or 15, and the next day I wore pants. Yeah, exactly. And she's bossy. Shut the fuck up, Doug. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh man. Yeah, I feel like I remember Doug a lot, even though I don't think he was on the show that long. Maybe he was on it long. But I feel like George Clooney got really famous fairly early into his ER run. But yeah. Anyway, I think it ran for like 13 or 14 seasons. I remember it was like season 14 or 15 of Grey's Anatomy where they were like, we've officially run longer than ER. So it was like a bit of a thing, like competitive, but in like a fun way, and a like shout out to the OG, to the GOAT, ER, the original medical drama. It's not the original medical drama, to be clear, but you know, the certainly popularized medical dramas in North America, I think. It's like written and produced by the guy who wrote wrote Jurassic Park. Fun fact. Anyway, I could talk about all the various TV shows that I like. Everybody watch The Pit. It's only 15 episodes and it's really good. It will fuck you up a bit. There's like one storyline. I mean, no, it's like in a good way. But there's one storyline that, like, I don't know, for anyone who's watched Buffy, I like want to kind of compare it to The Body. And it's not, the vibes are different, but it's like, I don't know. Oh no. It's like, I think it's a really well done. There's just like, I guess, an arc. There's like one of the patients is like an older man, and his adult children are like figuring out end of life care, basically. And I feel like it's one of the few times where I've seen I should show off my spike pic. But like, it's one of the few times where I've really seen like a storyline in a show deal with like the loss of a parent of older people, and like acknowledge that it's, I don't know. It's just a very like, I don't know. I cried a lot, but like but it's like really well done. It's really kind of lovely. Well, there's also just like, I don't know. There's just a lot of good, like, very moving acts of humanity in The Pit that I like. Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna get my spike pick. That's more fun. I'll get both of my art things. I went to a street art fair recently, so there was an artist that did like lots of like fandom stuff, and this spike print of hers was only $15 because it was a misprint. The one that was on display is more vibrant than this, but I was like, for $15, like, I really like this. Like, obviously the vibrant one is lovely, but like this rules. So I was like, $15 is a steal. Yeah, I'll buy that. And then it's moody, exactly. Yeah, like it's not like it's not vibrant still. Like it doesn't look desaturated. It just looks like slightly less vibrant than the actual one. A lot of their work is in and not safe for work in the most fun way. Yeah. No, they're a fun artist. Gosh, I should find, maybe next time I'll track down if there's like a place to get their stuff, because yeah. They were fun too. They were nice to chat to. A different booth. I got this is like embroidery art. So I got this heart, this anatomically correct art that's like made of fabric. And I like it a lot. You think they're on Etsy? I'll track them down. Someone remind me to track down the artist and link to, because I bet you, because like art prints like this, almost certainly you can order stuff like that, surely. That it can survive shipping. But yeah, no, it is dope. They had a few different like colors and stuff, and they also had a very cool, I didn't get it, the really cool like map of Canada where all the provinces were different fabrics, and so it was very like colorful and eye catching, and that was cool. Scrap fabric art, you could never. Yeah, I mean, scrap fabric art is such a like, it's such a fun way to use up scrap fabric, and like just an incredible amount of skill here. Like there's a lot of little details and like, yeah, I don't know, just get really close to it so you can see like the thread sewing work that has to go into it, you know? Anyway, I should stop talking and and go to bed because I want to get up early tomorrow and finish a fun thing, or do it tonight. I don't know. We'll see how my energy level is. But reminder that I'm not streaming this coming Monday. I think I mentioned that before, but just a reminder again that I'm not streaming this coming Monday. I will be back next Thursday for the grand finale of Dragon Age Inquisition, but not actually, because Trespassers are the real finale, but the grand finale of the main campaign of Dragon Age Inquisition. Yeah, anyway, thanks for joining, everybody. Always a fun time. I do love me some Dragon Age. Just my comfort game, you know? I just feel happy every time I come back to it. And just love all those silly guys that you run around with in those worlds. Yeah. That's all I gotta say, right? Do I gotta link anything else? I think I did them all. Sweet. Wait, did I actually link to... I think I did. Okay, great. Link to Polychrome. Okay, sweet. So thanks again for watching. I will hopefully see you all next week. Check out my YouTube if you can't catch me live. That's all cool. Love an oak barrel aged dragon. Me too. Just delicious. No, that's fun. That's good. That's great. But yeah, anyway, thanks everyone for joining. I'll hopefully see you next time. I hope you have a good rest of whatever time of day it is for you. Bye.